the loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you in the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire, you want fire. And that's what the fans want to see. That's what intense tennis is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the iconic Intense Arena in Decatur, Georgia, where today it's not just about tennis. It's a bold new era for the sport. Fast, fresh, reimagined. Welcome to the Intense League. Hello, everybody. My name is J.Y. Bona, and I'll be your host for today alongside Jesse Levine, where we have the host team Jacksonville taking on Atlanta in today's final historic weekend of the season opener, where I have the Jacksonville coach, Claudio Bistolesi. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, everyone.
We are going to have a great day today, and we're going to get started with all the rules that fans are going to need to know as we follow today's action. And we're going to get started with that. This is a team format league. 6 players per team, 3 men, 3 women, all on one court. Now, how's that going to work? Well, we're going to have men's singles for 30 minutes, women's singles for 30 minutes, and then all 3 doubles formats for 30 minutes as well. But what's going to make this very different than anything you've ever seen before is substitutions. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions, so if a player gets hurt or sick, they can take a seat. The clock keeps going. The teammate jumps in. The show goes on. To have a little bit more fun with this, players are only going to get 1 serve and 1 toss per point. If they win the point, they continue serving. 14 seconds in between points, and when you combine that with true server's pace, we're going to see a lot of fast-paced action and very little towel breaks. Coaching is allowed at any point in time, and thanks to our friends over at Bolt 6, we're going to have electronic line calling. When we get down to the scoring of it, it's going to be as simple as it gets. You win 1 point, it counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, it counts as 2 points. Whichever team scores the most amount of points at the end of the day wins. That's it. No sets, no games, just non-stop action where everything counts. Welcome to the Intense League, Claudio.
Thank you. Great pleasure to be here.
Well, today is actually day 2, so a little bit less of a welcome. How was it for you yesterday in your kickoff match? You've done a lot of preseason matches, and you've been practicing, but yesterday was the real thing.
Yes, very tough for me to express in words the emotions, the joy, happiness and joy are the most 2 words that come to my mind to be here. And makes me feel young. I'm soon 58 years old, but you know, I see this with the eyes of 22 years old. It's really new. I got older, but my job is not getting older, and it's a privilege to be the coach of Jacksonville team.
But you talk about those emotions, and that's so great to hear you say it, because you've been everywhere. You've seen everything, player, coach, slams, Davis Cup, everything. But yet you feel that way here. What is it about this league that really makes you feel that way?
So many benefits, so many improvements, and we have to accept the change. The time are changing, you know? So we need to simplify, first of all, the game of tennis. Imagine only the score of tennis, how tough it is to explain someone. 15, 30, 40 deuce, the game, the set. Counting 1 by 1, simplify. This is only one of the many benefits. Having the time, you know, work with a clock, like you do in soccer and basketball. I enjoy to be able to work with a clock. I obviously never did before, and is really more available, attractive for the young people. You know, so is many more points play in this amount of time, and 1 serve allows you to make more rallies, and the substitution makes very important. The strategy, how you can have a strategy as a team. It's a team sport, so I can go on and on with so many good things. That also as a coach, to have 2 points for a winner force you to prepare the land to make the game, to not be defensive, which also benefits for regular tennis. So it helps you to quick thinking. I have 1 player playing qualifying team, Naoto. he told me the best comment. He said, "I feel this clean my mind, because it was the best comment possible, because you have to take decision quickly and to have to cut all the I was about to say bad word, but
we can say it, cut out all the
BS,
crap.
all the BS, and just go straight to what you need to make yourself the highest chance to win the match."
Yeah. Well, and let's talk about, you said the scoring. Let's talk about that scoring yesterday. Sam Nicholson, as he got things started for you. What a start for him yesterday. Wow. What do you think about his performance there?
It was fantastic. I knew that potentially this is such a good player. He could for sure, he has the potential to go pro at very high level, to play the majors. And he has to be more consistent. He needs some support and guidance. And nothing better to have the coach allowed to talk point by point in this case. He's a very good listener, and I'm very proud of him. I think the level of tennis expressed yesterday was very impressive.
Speaking about the guidance from coaches and helping these players, I thought it was really interesting a comment you made to Christina yesterday. She was actually doing very well, but she lost a couple points and she was hard on herself. And you came in and reinstilled so much positive energy into her with a few simple words that helped her. And you're so intense, but you still found that moment to just be delicate and supportive. How important is that to you as you build that relationship with these players?
Well, with experience in many years there, you develop a sensibility. As a coach, you have to have a sensibility. Also change a lot if you talk to a woman, you talk to a man. You have to be able to touch the right buttons and to make very short. You have a window is very small to go in, and so you have to make very synthetic comments and go to the point, straight to the points. I said, Christina, if you go to body language negative, you're helping her. You want to help you or you want to help her? And delete, it's very important, this word delete. When something wrong happen, touch the net or close ball out or something, you don't have to show it, just go to the next point. The only point really matters is the next point.
Yeah.
So if you can understand that, you simplify and use wisely all your energy.
Well, Annabelle Thomas did great, Max, everyone's stepping up. But how cool is it for Martin? He's been through a lot trying to get back from his injury, but he came out just when the match got really close, and the way he brought some amazing energy to finish that off. How cool is that for you to see him, considering what he's been through?
Yeah, this is a very great story in the stories. The last 2 days he was able to come out really mentally out of an injury he had. Now he's fully recovered, he's more mental. But we work really together to make sure that he was ready to go the best. He's a fantastic double player and big forehand, but he can work very well with his backhand, and very proud of him that he really want to play, and he was able last 2 weeks to make great work in Jacksonville, in JTCC Center where we practice in Jacksonville. And he deserved the spot, he deserved this opportunity, and he shows really great team spirit. I'm very proud of him.
Wow, that's awesome. We appreciate you giving us a few minutes. You got a big match coming up, so we're going to let you go. And everybody stay tuned as we have a great little story here about Martin Gutierrez, their captain, coming up next.
Thank you.
My name is Martin Gutierrez, and I play for Jacksonville. I chose to play Intense because it's that team format that I love. 2 points for winners. It just makes it more interactive, and I love the energy of the crowd. I started playing tennis here in Jacksonville. I was probably around 8 years old and worked my way up. Played at Barry University. I won with the team 4 national championships, 3 NCAAs. In matches, I definitely bring up the energy. I like to hit the ball hard, like to hit a lot of winners, run around the backhand. I came up with the forehand guy because I was coaching and playing. My favorite shot was the forehand, and then wanted to create a social media channel where I can motivate people, help people get there too. In all sports, I've always pushed myself to see how high of a level I can reach.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
fire. You want fire. And that's what the fans want to see. That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome back, everybody, to this magnificent, beautiful, intense arena where the party started. We have Jacksonville taking on Atlanta shortly, but I get to introduce someone very special to me, my co-host, Jesse Levine.
What's going on? Good to be here, John Eves. How are you?
I'm good. Look, I have to just quickly call out, this is a really cool moment for both of us, coming from 14 clay courts all the way to where we are now and everything we've experienced. And Jesse, you know, I've seen you everywhere, the slams, the Davis Cup events, the tournaments, from a player, coach, and commentator, but you are here now with us at Intense. What has enticed you as to what's going on here today?
Look, I watched the match live last night. It was so exciting for me to see a new kind of exciting format just in the game of tennis. It just brings that much excitement to the game. I really enjoyed watching the one serve. That probably is one of my favorite rules about the Intense, seeing the one serve and getting points in play and seeing the pressure that these players are undergoing right away, right from the get-go, and the no warm-up and coming out the gates and the team atmosphere. It's all really coming together nicely, and it was so fun for me to watch last night and feel like I'm a part of a team, and happy to be here with you, and I'm really excited for this match today.
Well, you'll really be a part of the team next week as you come down here for becoming the guest coach for the qualifying team. But you talk about that pressure. How different is it playing with this 14-second clock? Everything's ticking down, and you feel like time's against you once you get down in the score.
I think the 14-second clock maybe not be as much of a pressure as just the one serve, but I love it. I think it just kind of increases the speed of the game. It takes away a little bit of that going to the towel and trying to stall, and that's what you have the substitutions for, right? I've seen, you know, it utilized in different ways so far in the Intense League. I see players get on a hot streak. You don't want to take them out. You see players, you know, getting a little bit cold, and you see the coaches making the change. So you could see some of the rules here. And again, I really am looking forward to seeing it live and in person and being part of it and coaching as well.
Yeah, and now it is very fast-paced, so sometimes it's hard for the coach to say too much, but they still have the timeouts to manage, the substitution. How important is that piece to the success of the teams?
Well, I think the team atmosphere, you hit the nail on the head right there. I think it's so important for team chemistry and any sort of team atmosphere, especially here at Intense. And from the matches that I've seen so far, the teams that really do have, and you can tell that have developed that team chemistry, they really seem to be doing well together. They mesh well, they're cheering each other on, they're really being supportive. And that, to me, makes it so fun to see, because tennis normally is such an individual sport. Seeing this team camaraderie and this team competition come together, you're not only representing yourself, you're representing your city, you're representing your team, and you're representing a new league of intense tennis. So it's really fun to see this coming together.
And let's talk a little bit more about substitutions as well. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions. I need you to tell me the truth. Have you ever been playing doubles with somebody and you just thought, man, I wish I could take them out right now?
Yeah, don't worry, it wasn't you, though, I'll tell you that. It wasn't, when we played together, I never wanted to sub you out. But
we did good together.
Yeah, we did great. We won Kalamazoo Juniors. I think, look, there's been times where I've wanted to sub myself out because you're a little bit off. And that's the beautiful thing about this league and being able to substitute on the fly like that after a point and get the next person in. I feel like it's really on the coach to kind of read the moment and sense when's the right time, because there could be a bad substitution too. I mean, look, in baseball, you call the lefty out of the bullpen like that. Sometimes it's not the right move, but if you see a pitcher getting a little bit tired, or you see the batters kind of really catching on to the pitching sequence, it's definitely something that you can relate to this in the Intense League, right? If someone's getting hot out there and the player's not getting a read on the serve or the forehand or anything like that, you can make the change on the fly like that, and I find that so fun and so entertaining.
You made that comment about even subbing yourself out, and in general, how important is it for the players to be selfless, to be honest when, sure, maybe, because as a coach, maybe they're not playing well, you want to give them a few more points to maybe find it because you trust them, but internally as a player, we know when we're uncomfortable, and to make that selfless decision to tell the coach, like, no, I appreciate it, but we got to do what's right for the team.
Yeah, look, you see it with Halliburton for the Indiana Pacers the other day. He hurt his calf a little bit, and coach was asking him, are you 100%? Are you going to be able to give me everything you got? And he said, look, if I don't got it, I'm going to take myself out of the game. So I think it just shows that the highest level in any sport, you got to know yourself, and you're playing for a bigger picture now. It's not just yourself out there. You have teammates that you can rely on and you could go to, and they're there to help you, and that's what the substitutions are there for. So I think it's really important to read into those situations and do the right thing and do what's best for the team and not for you in that moment.
And we talk about the teamwork, everybody sitting on the bench together, and we are the first league that is putting men and women same court, equal pay. I mean, that is historic all the way through. What do you think about that, and where we finally implemented something that's in this sport?
Well, I think tennis has come a long way. It just goes to show, and I find that this is so fun for everybody, men and women, and to be able to play on a team together, it's really unheard of. I've never really been a part of anything like this, and it's so exciting to see it and being broadcasted live like this, and in an amazing, amazing stadium court like that in Decatur. It's very special, and I'm excited to watch this match today with you.
Good, quick little thought on that arena. How cool is it to see it with the fans like this, the colors, so close?
Yeah, I love the color of the court too. I think it really stands out, and you could see the ball so perfect as well. And I love the entertainment aspect. I love that the fans are screaming at the players even when they're serving. It brings me back to college days when I was playing at Ole Miss, and you toss the ball and the frat boys would be screaming at you before you even hit the serve. So really got to maintain your focus. It's not easy, and a lot of these players have never played in front of a crowd like this before, and not only a crowd like this, but a crowd that can be a little bit rowdy as well. So we'll make a big difference, and you could see kind of the nerves with some of them that haven't played in front of a situation like that, and it'll be interesting to see who deals with that the best today.
Well, I'd love to continue this conversation some more, but considering you chose to go to the University of Florida instead of Florida State, I'm going to cut you off. You'll be back with us in a few minutes to call the match. We're going to have Luke Jensen coming up next, and then Jacksonville versus Atlanta after that.
I don't know what dirt people are digging up on me that they can trash talk me on, but you never know what people might find. Yeah, I definitely take pride in my fitness. That's kind of my superpower on the tennis court.
More superhero or supervillain?
I'm definitely more of a superhero than a supervillain. I feel like the villains in Intense are going to be off the court. I think some of the outside fans and distractions could be a make or break deal in this league. The fans have free reign here. That's what's so cool about it. You can cheer whenever you want. If they keep chirping, then I'm just going to have to raise my game and silence them through my tennis. We're going to have to really just dial in and focus on what we can control, which will be less than usual. Hopefully there's no villains out there.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire. And that's what the fans want to see. That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome, everybody, to the Intense Arena, one of the most unique settings you will ever see as we are getting ready for the host team, Jacksonville, to take on Atlanta. And I now get to introduce our third member of the team, the one, the only, Luke Jensen.
Come on! Let's do this! This is incredible, JY. First, how about a shout out to Jesse Levine, okay? Florida Gator, but the Hebrew Hammer. You play that guy, you go down. You go to the hospital after playing a grinder. One of the smartest minds in tennis. So it's awesome to have him here at Intense.
Luke, so here we are, day 2. What did you think of yesterday?
Oh, man, it was so cool. I'm so obsessed with Intense. I mean, the players are so into it. They're thinking all the time. This is a thinking league. If you're not watching the score, you're going to be late. If you're late, you're losing points. Your coach is going to pull you. So you have to be on your toes. And I like the coaches playing the hot hands. You look at the players that are winning, they're staying in till they're gassed.
Yeah, you talk about the substitution rule and managing that, and we've seen 2 different ways, right? We saw one team changing back and forth, another team sticking with it. But how cool is that they even have that option?
Yeah, and the thing is, it really makes sure the players on the sidelines, so you see them. They're warming up. They're on the bike. They're stretching out. They got the resistance bands. They have their rackets in their hand because at any time they may be called in to win for the cash.
Well, how different is it to play with that clock rolling down? You know, players are not used to seeing that score that can feel so big, but then the clock ticking away. They can't slow it down.
Yeah, especially if you're returning, because if you dare go to the net to try to get a 2-point winner play, you've got to rush back if you lose it, because that server is going to try to quick serve you. We'll see a lot of underhand serves. I love those sloppy joes, little spin, little pite, but the overhand serves. The serving is key here to be really effective where it doesn't hurt your team and you can set up your +1s and all your offense.
Well, and then we talk about the team sitting on the sideline, that energy that even when they're not playing, they are still a part of it. We saw Christina Wozniak, even when Sam Nicholson was playing for Team Jacksonville, off her seat screaming even though she was coming next. How is that just so energetic for the player playing?
Well, what happened to that team? Jacksonville got up to a big lead because they're riding the Sam train, right? The marathon man for all those things. But that sideline, they come up with so much energy that their huddles, their hype music, everything is about team and getting out to a really big start. They're one of the teams to really watch.
And we talk about that energy, but a lot of that is the coach managing, right? You know, because more than ever now, coaching is allowed. Sure, on the other tours it's allowed, but they're sitting far away. It's hard for them to really coach the whole time. Now they can be in the whole year. So how important is it for the coach to manage the timeouts, the substitutions, and the team energy?
Mission critical. Remember, the players are playing the point in front of them. The coaches are playing what just happened, the point in front of them for the entire team. And of course, what happens in the scenarios, because they're scoreboard watching. They're watching the bolt. Okay, where are we from 10 minutes? Around the 3-minute mark, fans, you got to watch a lot of moves being made by the coaches. And because you can talk between points, actually encourage, you'll hear it during the points. The other teams are going to try to mess up the opposition, yelling and screaming, going nuts. It's all on the table here at Intense.
And how different is it going to be for these players? We saw Jacksonville, Sam Nicholson, we'll say it was Sam because it was him just dominating on fire. Big lead, but then Tampa was able to come back.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this format. You're never out of it. You may get a couple of bolts go the wrong way, but you keep chipping away because there are so many bolts in so many different formats. You have the women's singles, the men's singles, of course, the men's and women's doubles. But to me, the mixed doubles was dynamite because all of a sudden, that one last bolt for it all. And so you make a run right at the end. So you're never really out of it if you just keep adapting, subbing, and of course, believing.
Just very quickly, both these teams played yesterday. What's one thing you're going to want to see them do a little bit better today?
Well, Atlanta to wake up. ATL, man, you slept in. Your games didn't show up. What are you doing? I mean, you come in, you guys signing autographs, you're doing media appearances. The challengers were hungry. They took you down. But now you're playing the beast, baby. Jacksonville is the beast. They came in with business and they got it done. So Atlanta, show up. The hometown, they want to see you.
All right. Well, Luke, thank you for giving us some time. We're going to come back to you throughout the match in a few minutes. We're going to have that match where Jacksonville takes on Atlanta. But coming up first, we're going to take a look at Kevin King.
I don't love trash talking, but I can't help but do it when I get out on the court. My name is Kevin King, and I'm playing for Team Atlanta. I grew up in Peachtree City. I started playing tennis at the age of 4. My parents both started playing tennis as adults, so they got me involved down at the tennis center. I've loved the game. I have always dreamed of playing pro tennis. That was a goal of mine from as long as I can remember. Pete Sampras was always my favorite player growing up, so Wimbledon was my favorite tournament. I definitely modeled a lot of my game style after him. I never felt like I was one of the best. I had decent results, but I always felt like I had to keep putting in the work, keep trying to reach some of the guys that were consistently maybe just a little bit better than me. I was just always passionate about the one-on-one competition in tennis. I think it's just so cool being able to be out there competing against someone. I remember one of my first tournaments, it was an 8 and under tournament, and I won the tournament and got probably the biggest trophy I ever got to this day. In the juniors, some of my most memorable accomplishments was a bronze ball in doubles, Super Nationals, and then winning a couple of national tournaments that my coach directed here in Atlanta at the Peach State. I considered going pro as opposed to going college, but I felt like I still had a lot of room for growth in my game. It was important for me to take my game to the next level to prepare for the Pro Tour. It was a pretty easy choice for me to choose Georgia Tech. College tennis was one of the best experiences I've had in the game of tennis. I think being able to play team tennis with a bunch of guys that have the same goals was really incredible. Putting in the work, grinding together, struggling together, winning together. It was really such a cool experience. You become like a family. So in college, I was able to become All-American twice in doubles. I played with Juan Spear, who was another great Georgia Tech player. We had some success. We made the semifinals of NCAAs in doubles and the National Indoor Championship in doubles as well. My highest ranking in singles in college was 9, I believe, and Juan and I got to number 1 in doubles. Being inducted into the Georgia Tech Hall of Fame last year was really surreal. It's something I never could have imagined, being inducted into any kind of Hall of Fame, but especially Georgia Tech. It's really an incredible place, and it's really such an honor to be inducted. Going out on the Pro Tour after college was definitely a difficult road. You go from a team environment where you're getting all the coaching, all the resources, to then you're out there on your own, going to countries you've never been, speak different languages. It's really a shock. The first couple of years, there were a lot of struggles, a lot of tough times to work through, but it's where you get to test yourself against the best in the world. But it's something that if you're really passionate about, you can push through. It was just sometimes you're questioning, what's going on? What are you doing here? When I was traveling with Juan Spear after he graduated, we were playing doubles together. We traveled a lot to Central and South America since he was from Colombia. I had our experience in Ecuador. We showed up and we're trying to figure out expenses, and we ended up staying in a hostel that was like $9 a night. We stayed like 3 nights there. We found a chicken place where you can get chicken and rice for $2, and we did that up until we maybe were into the second round of the main draw, and that actually ended up being the first challenger that Juan and I won in doubles together. The money is hardly enough to cover expenses. Between the flights and the hotels, taxis, getting to the next tournament, you've pretty much spent everything you've just earned. I knew long-term I wanted to get into coaching, and I wanted to coach at Georgia Tech, but that was the only opportunity that could have come that would have taken me off the tour at the time. Being able to coach under Kenny, who had such a big impact on my career and my life. 2021 summer, I got a call from Kenny just saying, hey, our assistant coach is leaving. I'm sure you're not planning on stopping, but wanted to let you know in case you were interested. It was just an opportunity I couldn't pass up on. I still love competing. I played tournaments last summer on tour. What's really cool now with Intense is the ability to transition to pro tennis, but stay in a team atmosphere. I think I had one opportunity through my whole 8 years out on the ATP tour, and it was some of the most fun I had out there. There's really nothing better than that. To be able to play for my hometown of Atlanta, I never thought I would have that chance. Intense is an incredible opportunity to bridge the gap from college to pros. I think if you look at the rosters, you'll see a lot of incredible players who either are just coming out of college or haven't had the opportunity or resources to give it a full go. This season, I really just want to go out and compete at the highest level I can. This is really an incredible opportunity to prove that and compete against some of the best up-and-coming players in the world.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire. And that's what the fans want to see. That's what intense tennis is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your tennis pilot speaking. We've reached a cruising altitude of FUN. That's fun. Take off your seatbelts and do the woozy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the iconic Intense Arena in Decatur, Georgia, where today it's not just about tennis. It's a bold new era for the sport. Faster, fresher, reimagined. Welcome to the Intense League. Hello everyone, I'm JY Obona and I'll be your host for today's match alongside Jesse Levine, where we have the host team taking on Atlanta in this historic kickoff weekend. Welcome, Jesse.
What's going on, JY? Happy to be here and part of this match. Looking forward to calling with you.
Well, we're excited to have you here as we get things underway, and let's get to the most important rules that fans are going to have to know as they follow today's action. And we'll start off with that. This is a team format league. 6 players per team, 3 men, 3 women, all on one court. Now, how's that going to work? Well, they're going to have men's singles for 30 minutes, women's singles for 30 minutes, then all 3 doubles formats for 30 minutes as well. But what's going to make this very different than anything we've ever seen before is substitutions. That's right, each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions. So if a player gets hurt, they can take a seat, the clock keeps rolling, the teammate jumps in, and the show goes on. Servers are only going to get 1 serve and 1 toss per point. 14 seconds in between points. They win the point, they continue to serve. And when we combine that with true server's pace, we're going to see a lot of fast-paced action and very little towel breaks. Coaching is allowed at any point in time. And thanks to our friends over at Bolt 6, we're going to have electronic line calling. When it gets down to the scoring of it, it's as simple as it gets. You win 1 point, it counts as 1 point. You hit a clean winner, it counts as 2 points. Whichever team accumulates the most amount of points at the end of the day wins. That's it. No sets, no games, just nonstop action. Welcome to the Intense League. What do you think, Jesse?
I'm excited for today. I tell you what, JY, not only be part of this, but I tell you, those rules, they make it so fun and interactive. I'm excited to see how the coaches use some substitutions, some timeouts, and the 1 serve, put some pressure on those players. Let's get rolling here.
Well, and how about that clock? Only 14 seconds with real server's pace.
Yeah, 14 seconds. Look, it doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it's quite a bit of time. But there aren't going to be any towel stalling or anything like that. They got to get ready to go. And if you're on a roll, you want to keep that hot streak going and playing some solid tennis. You got to keep it up. If you're feeling it, you want to play as fast as possible.
Well, we're going to feel a lot of fast-paced action from all the players and great energy from all the fans here. But we are going to start taking a look at some of these intros right now, where we have some great lineups between Atlanta and Jacksonville. But first, let's take a look at Team Atlanta.
Tanya Sosnowski, University of Texas at Austin. I can pickle anything.
Trent Bride, University of Georgia, and I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under 1 minute.
Kevin King, Georgia Tech, and I'm a huge Steelers fan.
Raul Garcia, Kansas State, and I got my first ATP point when I was 16. It's not a big deal.
Salma Ewing, University of Southern California, and I've been a vegetarian for 20 years.
Ava Haraster, Auburn University, and my twin brother is 2 years younger than me. Science.
All right, now let's take a look at Team Jacksonville.
Max Benson, Presbyterian College, and I love bubble tea.
Martin Gutierrez, Barry University, and my favorite fruit is mango.
Sam Nicholson, UNC Wilmington, and I'm the first tennis player in my family.
Annabelle Thomas, the University of North Florida and Clemson University. And I played over 10 different sports growing up, and I could beat you at all of them.
Jacqueline Lopez, Rutgers University. I make the best chocolate chip banana bread.
Christina Wozniak, Mississippi State. I love bird watching, and storks are super cute, and they're my favorite.
All right, and that is Team Jacksonville. Jesse, I don't know about you, but I want some bubble tea right now.
Pretty good. I don't think the players need much bubble tea. They look like they got some energy and they're ready to get going today, I tell you what. The energy in there looks pretty electric.
Yeah, it's electric. You know, talking about food, we got bubble tea, we got some chocolate chip banana pancakes or whatever Jacqueline makes, and we got Salma, the vegetarian. A lot of food action today, but we're going to see who's the hungriest for today. Sam Nicholson yesterday was on fire, giving his team, I believe, about a 40-point lead as we got things started. Martin, the captain, flying in for mixed doubles in Atlanta. Not a great start against the challengers. What are you going to look for from the Atlanta team today?
Well, I want to see them come back after a tough loss to the challenger team right there. But again, you got to give credit to those challengers. They had nothing really to lose, and Emma Burgess played incredibly well. She was super solid and definitely came up big for that team. And as far as Jacksonville goes, how about Sam? I mean, he stayed in there for quite a long time last night playing. And Claudio, Coach Claudio did a great job of keeping him in there. He was hot. He didn't want to take him out. And if you're winning like in this format, you're going to be ready. You could stay out there for a really long time. And there's two different ways of looking at it, JY. I feel like if you're on that kind of groove like that, you don't want to take a player out, but you don't want to tire him out either because it could be a long night. So you got to be a little bit smart with it. But they ended up doing a great job, and see how he's recovered after that match last night.
All right, well, they did a great job, but now let's see if Sebastian Nunez, the referee for today's match, can knock this coin toss out of the park, as we're going to have Raul Garcia and Sam Nicholson join him.
All right, guys, welcome to Intense. Any questions before we start? Just as a brief reminder, play through the whistle. A lot of noise is going on. I'll stop play if necessary. If not, play goes on. Atlanta, the call. Heads or tails? Heads. Heads is the call. It's heads. Serve or receive? Atlanta to serve. Good match.
Jesse, here we go. Raul Garcia on the far side for Atlanta, serving it up to none other than Sam Nicholson, yesterday's star, leading things off once again for Jacksonville.
Yeah, no surprise that Coach Claudio is putting Sam in here to start for the singles here.
And so for those of you joining us, the men's are going to play 3 10-minute bolts. So this is the first one. And you see that one serve, one toss rule there. Raul, a little bit of a cold shoulder. We have no warm-up. We go straight into the play. Misses the serve, loses the point. Sam on the near side to go.
You know, even watching last night when I was watching Sam play, I feel like he has that game that can be so taken advantage of in this format because he doesn't go for too much too soon. Very consistent, especially off the gates. But again, I gave the old JY commentator jinx because he had that unforced error there to start. But again, he doesn't have huge weapons, but plays really solid. And if you're not coming out the gates warmed up and ready to go, he's a tough opponent to play against.
Speaking of huge weapons, Raul right there with a huge forehand to get a clean winner. That gives him 2 points, and when you hit a clean winner for 2 points, you go back and serve on the same side. He's got that huge weapon that he developed in Bolivia. #1 junior over there, coming over to play for KSU. Jesse, that's 1 push-up for me and 1 push-up for you. So we're going to see if he can get things rocking and rolling.
Look, I feel like the serve's got to be the one serve, especially coming into a match like this when you got a little bit of nerves. That's going to be the toughest one to kind of get it started and get it going. You see a little bit of a shank forehand there. Sam better yell 4. It could have hit somebody in the stands. But you know, it's tough coming in right out the gates like that into a competitive scenario. Players obviously showing some nerves like that, new format, and just trying to get it going. It's hard to get warmed up and kind of in that groove, and Sam did an incredible job of that last night.
Yeah, and there we had just a quick look at Claudio Pistolesi, the Jacksonville coach, when he is all nice and sweet outside the court, but once these matches get started, his eyes look like you're afraid of him. He is so locked in. Look at that wide stance he's got over there.
Yeah.
You know, let's take a look now over.
He's telling Sam to stay low.
Yeah, he's locked in. We got Hannah Keeling, the Atlanta coach right there. She looks calm. Well, I mean, we'll see if that's going to work out. It didn't work yesterday, but talk to her this morning. They're going to make some adjustments for today. You know, first time playing this format. It's going to be different. 6'5" for Atlanta. Raul on the far side. Sam Nicholson, UNC Wilmington graduate, on the near side.
I think as a coach, you know, getting one match under your belt is a huge advantage, you know, after yesterday. And I think they'll definitely make some changes to their styles, whether, you know, they saw the positive and negatives, what was working, what wasn't working. I'm curious to see if Claudio maybe uses substitution a little bit earlier than he did compared to last night, especially as Sam still has a pretty positive start here, but not like he was off to last night, that's for sure.
Yeah, and what's very interesting as Raul for Atlanta has a 9-5 lead, 7 minutes left in his first of 3 10-minute bolts. Raul looks a lot calmer than yesterday when he first started playing against the challenge team. He looked settled, he was slow, he was trying to play really fast and intense, and it almost overwhelmed him a bit. And so he looks a little bit more settled. Sam doesn't look as settled yesterday, but we'll see if Claudio's going to let him run or not. We see Max Benson on the bike on the bench over there, staying warm. Never know when he's going to play.
Yeah, I like how Sam just took a couple steps back here, just wanted to be really solid, make Raul come up with the goods there and forcing the unforced error there. Smart play there. You can tell Claudio's telling him to take a couple steps back and just be solid again instead of going for too much too soon. Guys, it's hard to kind of fight that little bit of anxiety to try and go for it, because obviously with a winner getting those 2 points can be huge, especially in this format. But again, being solid, I think, is first and foremost the big advantage in this format. Not so much the hitting winners, because you can only catch fire for so long.
Yeah, you know, Raul looking very settled in right now. That first big run from him. Team Atlanta, they have a lot more energy than yesterday. Doing a great job over there supporting Raul. You know, Raul, before he came into this league and we were having conversations with him, you know, he had his sights on the ATP Tour, but then the problem is just the difficulties of that financial situation, traveling like that. It is so expensive, paying for everything by yourself, traveling all over the world. He's got a 12-8 lead right now, but where he's going to have a lead is in his bank account, because, you know, coaching's paid for in this league. We have salaries. It is all about taking care of the players and the fans, and Raul was so excited to join us when he heard about that, and when he walked into this arena for the first time, he was blown away, and he's like, I made the right decision. So let's see if Sam can make a little bit of a better decision to get his team back into this.
A lot of missed serves in his first bolt here, JY.
I want the underhand serve. Come on.
You like the underhand serve with a little bit of that chopped salad, or you like the topspin underserve?
No. Give me that little sauce. Undercut it.
Yeah, okay. You like the saucy one.
Yes. Just not letting it go. It's almost like
no, he's holding back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially that one out of the air. Definitely could have taken a swinging ball and went for a little bit more and try and get that 2-pointer there. Again, maybe little nerves getting to him. Maybe he's got a little bit more expectation after last night. That's for.
It's the hardest thing to do as a player, right? You have one good day and then you feel like you're going to continue it, but tennis is just a very difficult sport to maintain like that.
Yeah.
Raul definitely likes to play from farther back, going up on the clay courts in Bolivia. Likes to have a little bit more time. This court does help him. Sam is getting this a little bit closer, only down by 1. Sam is on the near side. Just under 4 minutes left in this first of 3 10-minute bolts, and you see Raul just standing really far back. I think his course suits him. Not that though.
Yeah, you and I were talking about the speed of the court before the match started, and you're saying that it was a little bit gritty. It reminds me of any court that I've played on. It was probably Knoxville, Tennessee, and they really had the slow indoor courts.
Yeah, we'll see the first timeout, and we're going to listen in to Hannah right there with her team.
I think everything is fine. Everything is fine. Just serve, take your time.
We got this. A little extra break. A little extra break. Yeah. Let's go, Archie. Come on. Let's go, Archie. All day. Let's go. Poker. Poker.
Hey, Christina,
do the bar. Yeah, because he has all the dots. He's all the dots. Here we go, Archie.
All right, polka dot over there getting a little bit of a break. Hannah going to the timeout first significantly sooner than yesterday. Yesterday, I don't even know if she called a timeout in the entire men's portion. So learned a little bit from yesterday, giving her player a break right there. But we still see the same matchups. No substitutions yet.
Yeah, Raul looks a little bit more gassed compared to Sam, would you say, JY? He looks like he's a little bit winded there, so I think that was a smart timeout.
Yep. Raul's just one of those players that, you know, you have the Federers and Djokovic's that play more calm, and then you have your Nadal type players that they just are putting a lot more energy into the swings. And so I think Raul's just trying to get to that second win as he's showing a little frustration as Sam Nicholson giving Jacksonville a 14-13 lead. Seeing some better rallies here, Jesse.
Yeah, much better rallies now.
That looks like one of those backhands you hit against Marat Safin at Wimbledon right there. 2 points for Sam Nicholson. For those that have just tuned in, if you hit a clean winner, counts as 2 points, and you go back and serve on the same side. If the score equals an odd number, you play on the add side. If it equals an even number, you play on the deuce side. We're starting to see some really good tennis here. Oh, God, sorry. Push up.
That's another push-up. JY, you're going to have a big chest by the time this weekend's over.
I'm telling you, I'm going to be the next Pat McAfee doing this with a suit and tank top underneath.
I love it.
Just need the gold chain.
Sam's really found his groove now on that serve.
Yeah. He's starting to loosen up on his ground strokes, too. I mean, he loosened that one up to the bottom of the net, but he tried to hit it.
That wasn't so much unforced, though. Yeah, that wasn't so much unforced. That was a good shot there from Raul, doing a good job of really getting him moving out to that backhand side now. He's letting Sam run around and hit forehands about 85% of the time. Now he's trying to force him that backhand side. Oh, what a winner there. Hello.
And looking over to the Team Atlanta sidelines, doesn't look like Trent and Kevin are warming up. And you look over at Martine and Max, they look like they're not coming in anytime soon. So I'm going to imagine that we're going to see Sam and Raul finish this first 10 minutes.
I'm learning some strategy for when I coach next week, so I got to see if I'm going to sub more or sub less. But I see that, you know, when your player gets hot, it's kind of hard to take them out like that. But I think it's maybe important to kind of get everybody in a little bit and get them warmed up, and instead of coming in cold just out the gates like that. You can't take Sam out right now, though, on the roll that he's on.
Yeah, the clocks have turned yellow here on the court, so letting the players know they only have 1 minute left. They will continue after for 2 more 10-minute sessions. They'll give them a short break. Big forehand. Sam's loosened up.
Yeah, that's a big-time forehand there. Really good job from Sam running around, giving himself proper spacing there and ripping that forehand inside out winner.
Raul now closer to the baseline, trying to take some offensive opportunities quicker. Ooh, he did set it up nice, but I don't know how much time Bolivian spend at the net. They
spend more time on footwork in the backcourt, grind inside to side. I don't think they spend too much time inside that service line, JY.
Nope. And you know what? That's one of the first points Sam's giving back. That's okay. He's had a great run. Let's see. Raul's going to sneak in the last point. Great return. Oh! Sam Nicholson is here today, boys and girls. Wow. What a bolt by Jacksonville. Slow start, but they just really rocketed right there as Sam has given his team a nice double-digit lead. Jesse, what do you think of that as we start to look at some highlights here?
Yeah, that was pretty impressive there from Sam. I thought that he had a little bit of a nervy start, missed a couple serves to start there, and Raul kind of was starting out pretty solid, was ripping some big forehands as you see here. But again, Sam did a really good job of kind of getting himself gathered here, serving and volleying, mixing things up here, and again, had a lot of two-point winners here, especially on that forehand side. We saw an inside-out winner. We saw him get more aggressive on the back end, but I like when I see Sam moving in forward like that. It's good to see him not just waiting for his opponent to make mistakes. So a good job there from Sam, mixing it up and getting more aggressive as that bolt went on.
All right, well, let's send it down to Luke Jensen, who's got the man himself.
Man, the marathon man. Sam, you are a grinder. What was the difference in this bolt?
Difference to yesterday, or?
No, just in the beginning, I thought you off to a slower start, and then you turned it around.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what way momentum can go. I thought I started out a bit tight, and then, you know, I make balls, and they look a little bit tight. So, you know, it's anyone's game, really.
And finally, with about a minute and a half to go, you start hitting winners, backhand winner, inside-out winner. Well, how do you set up those points?
Footwork. Set up the points. I mean, yeah, maybe like chess, you're thinking I'll put him there, and then I'll go there. But really, it's just adapting to what happens. You know, not every shot goes exactly where I want, so it's all about adapting and seeing what I can do next.
The next bolt is now, baby. Go win that thing. When we come up next, bolt number 2, Sam the Marathon Man, into it.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking breath.
All right, we are back at the INTENNSE Arena, bolt number 2, and live on Twitch. Hopefully you're watching us there. And if you haven't, make sure you click that follow button, that little heart on that screen. Follow us as we continue for the next 6 weeks. I think it's actually a little longer than that, isn't it? We see on the far side Kevin King, first substitution of the day for Atlanta, jumping in. The Atlanta native. He's been everywhere, coaching everywhere as well. As Georgia Tech player, coach, and now INTENNSE player, getting his first action of the day. Didn't have the best performance yesterday. Discussed how it's just different, Jesse. This is a different format.
Yeah, I mean, look, and bringing in a lefty like that to give Sam a different look, a really smart play there from Atlanta. I think it was a good move, putting him in there. But again, see if you can get, you know, Sam a little bit cold here. But good touch there from King to not get a 2-point play there for Sam. That was a really smart play. Oh, we talked about that a little bit, JY. When you're on the outright run like that and you don't think that you can do much with it, it's just important to just get a touch on it and not have it float it back to give your opponent a chance at a 2-point play. And King with his own 2-point play there. Really well done there on the forehand side. Lefty loves running around ripping forehands like that.
Yeah, loves ripping forehand, loves coming to the net. We'll see if he decides to follow some serves in. You know, when he gets those lefty body serves in, it can be very difficult to return. Jacksonville still has a 29-19 lead. Still a lot of tennis left. We have women's singles after this for 30 minutes. Doubles formats, there's still so much tennis. Just getting started here. You know, King needs to find his footing a little bit, but there's time. 8 minutes left here in this second of 3 bolts.
I like how King's pretty aggressive on that serve as well. He's going aggressive kick serve. He's got some good pace on it. But Sam, again, he's just so solid in that forehand. When you give him time on that forehand, he's really able to set up with his feet like that. You heard him tell Luke that when he's able to get his footwork and get in position, it's like playing chess. And he's definitely playing chess, and the others are playing checkers right now, I'll tell you that.
Big serve. He's feeling it now. That's not what you want. It's one thing to feel good on the ground strokes, but when the serves start going like that, that's the worst thing you want as a returner. 33-19 +2 for Jacksonville.
You got to be feeling a little bit cocky, maybe a little bit overconfident if you're going for that big of a serve with this format, huh, JY?
Yeah, but you know what? In this sport, if you have to have that belief. And yes, some people are going to think it's a little cocky, a little arrogant. But if you don't have it, I just don't think you can be a great competitor. You can be a nice person off the court, like you, Jesse. One of the nicest people, and everybody loves you. But when you were on the court, even in practice, you were a killer.
Yeah, they're very much on the court, I tell you that. It's a good thing. If someone liked me on the court, doing something right.
Yeah, now let's take a look at that close call. Our electronic line calling bolt 6. Backhand right there on the line. Man, how nice is it for these players to just have that in place so they don't have to worry about calls?
Yeah, I love the electric line callings. No arguing. Definitely takes the time away from the asking and arguing with the umpires and so forth. So again, it's just able to focus on the tennis and the entertainment aspect at hand right now, especially here.
Yeah, we could have used that bolt 6 Florida State matches, but right now I think Sam's loving this format. 36-20 Jacksonville. Once again, it's a Sam Nicholson show. I think he'll take that backhand long considering how things are going. 6 minutes left in the second bolt.
And I tell you, I wouldn't want to be on Coach Claudio's bad side. He's got a bad look in his face, man, I tell you.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes
focused.
I make sure to
He's
have my
a bad man.
double espresso ready for him just in case. If he wants it, he can have it. I'm okay with that.
It better be Lavazza. I don't think he's drinking anything else.
Well, it's the best, of course. I don't drink anything else. Lavazza, baby. You know, if they ever want to sponsor the show, we're here for you. Raul back in. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions, but I think Claudio doesn't know if that rule applies to Stan. He's going to play all day long. Raul back in. And you know, we haven't seen Trent Bride yet. He's got some dangerous firepower. Let's see what the conversation was on the sidelines, because Raul definitely convinced his coach.
Ooh, that was a close call right there. Yeah, that barely missed.
And there we go. Claudio using his first substitution. Max Benson jumping in for Team Jacksonville. And there we see Trent Bride looking on, waiting for his opportunity. He looks nice and fresh, like he took a clean shower, using a little Dove.
I saw Benson warming up today. He's a pretty tricky lefty. He's got a lot of talent, really good hands. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Corentin Moutet, huh, JY? Yeah. He's got kind of that lefty swag, make you feel a little bit awkward out there. And definitely a competitor, that's for sure. He's going to make you feel real awkward out there.
Yeah, we've seen some tough, close shots for Raul. Could have been big swings his either way. He's just missing. He's starting to find it. He's starting to hit through the court. It's going to be an interesting couple minutes here. You got a little fresh body in Max Benson, but Raul, he's looking good down here right now. I know they're down, but he's looking, oh God, push it.
Yeah. We should double down now. Every time we should be in 5 push-ups. But again,
yeah, by day 2, yeah, we got to double it up.
Yeah, you'll be good. You'll be good. I want to see Raul kind of take a couple steps in, especially Benson coming in off the side like that. He's barely just pushing his serve, and that's a lollipop serve. I mean, it's just sitting there waiting for Raul to just take advantage of it. He's standing way too far back right now.
Well, you know what happens? Sometimes, you know, people will throw in serves that are so slow that the other player actually isn't used to it, and that's actually worse for them.
Yeah, 100%. It's a little changeup. It's like a changeup. You ever watch Tim Wakefield pitch for the Red Sox? That thing came in with like no spin on it, and the ball would just go all over the place. So you go from fastball to changeup, pretty tough.
Yeah, I tore up a lot of knuckles trying to learn how to throw that knuckleballer he had, but I just couldn't do it. Raul, here we go. +2, then +1, 42-27. Look at it. Look at it. Using
Quick little shoot tie here.
Oh, we got a couple seconds.
Let's see. He's under time.
Wow. Yeah, that
was the quickest knot I've seen.
Yeah, that's what we see is going to be interesting.
Oh, no.
And Sam Nicholson is back in, I guess.
He's back.
Yeah. I mean, can you blame Claudio?
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah. Again, also lefty-righty combo can definitely trick your opponent here, going from Sam to Max, going back and forth like that. I like that move there from Coach Claudio.
Yeah, that's some great coaching, great moves. I mean, haven't seen a lot of substitutions. Yeah. Sam back in. Boom! I almost clapped for him there. Yeah. It's tough. It's so fun. I mean, Jesse, when you're here, when you get to see this in person next week, it's tough. Like, I'm just so happy for all these players. It looks so fun. Sometimes I'm like, no, I got to be neutral. It's great to see this action.
We should form a, J-Rod, we could form a commentators team and we could challenge them.
Ooh, I like
it. We got Irina on the team.
Yeah.
We got Stokey, who plays a little bit too much paddle and golf now.
He's
you got
doubles
yourself.
only.
You got me. I think we'd be pretty dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. We'll give it a shot. We can have Manny Diaz as the coach. He's going to be here in a couple weeks as the coach. He can coach us.
No, Manny Diaz. He's a Georgia Bulldog. We can't have him as a coach. Sorry, Manny. Sorry, Coach Diaz.
Look, if me and you can be friends, then we can be friends with Manny.
Okay, fine.
It's like Phil Jackson. Not everybody loved Phil Jackson, but he led them to the promised land, so they're going to play for him.
That's true. It's true. Fine. He is a legend.
49-28. Jacksonville against Atlanta.
That's another one.
Is he going to go for the fast pace one? And we see a substitution there. So what happened there, they stopped the clock for a second because you have to let Sebastian, the referee, know you're making a substitution. They did not communicate it, so Sebastian needed some clarification. I was wondering if Sam was going to quick serve it because Raul tossed the racket out there, could have sneaked in another +2, but Sam looks so calm right now.
Yeah. He's in his groove right now, JY. You could tell he's very comfortable out there. Not just calm, but he looks confident, and he's being, there, push-ups.
Yeah, that was you. That was you, because you were talking.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. That's me. That's on me for sure.
But this is that flow spot players try to find, right? Where you're calm but explosive.
Yeah.
This is that flow that you talked about when you played Rafa Nadal, right, in Canada. You don't even remember the first couple games of that first set. It happened so fast. You were so locked in.
I think some of these players, playing in an environment like this is very new for all of them, right? So
I'm going to get
like
Max
you're talking
Benson.
About, I'll compare it to that, just playing in front of, thousands of fans in a big stadium like that, and you don't know where you are. You're like a deer in the headlights. You just got to try to stay in that zone as long as possible, and Sam is doing an incredible job of that right now, and you can tell he is giving some fist bumps to his team over there. He's staying extremely motivated and just looks solid. He's in the zone right now.
Yeah, and that is going to do it for bolt number 2. That lead for Jacksonville is now over 20 points. A lot of positivity from the bench there. We're going to see how they handle this, Jesse, because we're going to take a look at some highlights. What did you think about that? They went to Max, but then right back into Sam.
Well, I liked how both coaches were putting in some substitutions here to try and give the opponents a little bit different of a look. Sam really confident, especially on the serve in that second bolt. But again, the movement from Sam has been really impressive as well. King there showing that he has some major weapons, especially on that forehand side. Again, I think that bolt was a little more entertaining from the spectator side because you got to see a little bit more variety of the players coming in and out, and you got to see the unique format here of Intense, so you got to see a couple more players come in and out there. You saw Coach Claudio gave Sam just a little bit of a breather, but then he had to go back to his racehorse, who is feeling it right now. So again, smart play there from both teams, but Coach Claudio, he looks like he knows what he's doing, and he is extremely motivating to his team.
He's got Max Benson down there.
Mad Max Benson. You got one of the toughest rolls. So Sam's on a roll, gets a little winded in the second bolt, so you got to be ready all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just out there getting warmed up. I know my boy Sam's going to get it done, but if he needs a breather, I'm ready to get in there.
What's the mindset? Because obviously you're playing someone who's already kind of in rhythm. You've got the leftiness, right? You got to try to mess them up with your lefty game. What's the process tactically?
Honestly, like, my game style works pretty well for that because I like to slice and dice and give it a lot of variety in there. So I'm just ready to go whenever I need to go.
Go win bolt 3, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Bolt 3 coming up next.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
All right, and we are back as Sam Nicholson continues to play. Trent Bride on the far side getting his first action of the day for Team Atlanta. (54-32), 22-point lead. You know, a couple snake forehands on that far side, Jesse.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how Trent Bride's going to come out the gates right now. I used to train with him actually at the USDA Center in Boca when he was a kid, so fun for me to see him play.
Yeah, well, why don't we send it down to Claudio, who's over there for Team Jacksonville. Hey, Claudio.
You hear me?
Yeah, how are things going so far?
Pretty good, I'd say. No, we get 2 points now. Okay, good. Right, next. Sorry. Yeah, no, very good. We'll just stay like this. So keep the pace.
Yeah.
Keep the pace.
How happy
Focus
are
on
you
tennis
with
stuff.
Sam?
You have to stick with the tennis stuff.
How
Hi,
happy are
Jess.
you with Sam?
Sorry?
How happy are you with Sam once again today?
Very well, but not yet. I'll tell you later.
I love it. All right, we'll get back to that later. Thanks, Claudio.
Okay, next point. Next point. Turn.
He's locked in.
I know. I love it.
Good kick serve there by Trent. If he can get that kick going in that forehand, we can see a comeback brewing. We'll see if Sam can hold him off. That's another great kick. Good job, Trent. All right, let's take it to Hannah over here as now she has put Trent Bride in. Hannah, how are things going there?
We started a little behind today. I think we're still working on our rhythm, but things are looking up right now. We're starting to get it back, and Trent's doing a great job by throwing those points back right now.
Yeah, what do you want to see from Trent right now?
Not rushing the points too much, building the point, being a little more patient, and staying calm under pressure.
All right, well, so far it's looking like a good sub, so good luck, Hannah.
Thank you, Joey. Let's go! Come on, let's go!
Money.
Very good, settle. I think I'm still connected on the mic.
Yes, you are. You going to say something interesting that we can clip for social media?
I hope I didn't. Touch it, touch it. No hustle, come on. We're good.
Thanks. (59-38), 59-39. Trent hanging in here nicely. Asking for the ball quickly from his intensifiers.
Yeah, I feel like 20 points is not a lot in this format, JY. That could be made up for in no time.
Absolutely. With the amount of time they have, yeah, absolutely. Sam falling off a little bit. Trent playing well, and Trent has those intensifiers around him. So both teams have the intensifiers. They have the ball kits that helped him get the ball fast. They are on their team, so they have an incentive to win. They want to play fast. Air Trent, no, no, no. Sit down, buddy. Good effort, maybe next time.
He's going for the Pete Sampras jumping overhead there. I thought he had it set up pretty well there, Trent, but again, just missed timing that. Went for the showboat shot.
Yeah, Trent's got that local support here from native from Atlanta, Georgia. Also went to UGA. How fitting with that he is back on the Atlanta team for the first season of the Intense League, trying to make a mark one more time in tennis. Just under 6 minutes left. It's going to be the last of 3 10-minute bolts. And then the women's singles matches will continue after that. Need a little bit more to build on that momentum. He's close. Don't want to donate that back. You know, want to make Sam earn it. Oh, whoa.
You know, JY, when you have a lead like Jacksonville has right now, do you think it may be okay for Sam to slow it down a tad bit and kind of utilize those 14 seconds? Or do you think Coach Claudio is telling him to build on it and just keep going because he's rolling?
Yeah, I think if you're Sam, you just keep doing what you're doing. There's so much tennis. Like you said a little bit, I mean, this can be made up in no time. Just keep rolling. There's a point in time in the doubles where you can start to work that clock a little bit. But there's just so much tennis. Just do what you're doing. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with those snake forehands right there, right? Like, you go big into that forehand. Sure, if you connect, it is absolutely dangerous, but very hard to defend because you have that wind up. The wrist isn't in that position. And that's where modern tennis is right now. They've taught that forehand a little bit too much. Got a timeout from Team Atlanta there to kind of slow things down.
Drink. Fine. 2 more minutes. Stay like this. Keep his energy, his balance. 4 minutes 40. Yeah. Take all the time when you serve, huh?
All right. Gonna come back after this timeout.
You heard that one, JY?
65-41. About Claudio?
Yeah, he said take all the time on your serve.
There you go. So,
yeah, so that's going to be the play now for Sam. He's going to utilize and try and run that clock a little bit when he has control of it. So smart coaching there from Claudio.
there's a reason why I am on the sideline.
I think he feels pretty comfortable with the lead that they have right now, but again, you can always keep building on it. Still a good amount of time left in this bowl.
Yeah, and also, when we think about what happened yesterday, they were up to a 40-point lead, and it still came down to single digits. So this is only 24, and then is we going to get a +2? No, we got it. So there's just so much tennis left. Trent trying to get there fast, but you know, we did see that yesterday, Jesse. A lot of people trying to serve fast, and they rush it, and it's actually worse for them. Yes, we have that server's pace rule, but they haven't gotten it down just yet.
If you're going to fast serve somebody, I think you got to do an underhand serve. Yeah. Just because you're getting back up the line so fast, and you're not used to, you know, in any other circumstance, serving that fast after a point. So I think if you're going to try and fast serve somebody, you just got to go in and put it in underhand and try and catch your opponent off guard.
And we got a user here on Twitch even pointing out how much Sam is playing one more time, which means they watched last night on Twitch. So thank you for coming back for that. But what are you going to do? Yes, it's a team format, but guess what? The team winning comes first. And I think everybody on that team understood that very well last night. This team, very good chemistry. A lot of them practiced together back in Jacksonville. And so this is just very fun for them to watch Sam just put them in a good position.
Yeah. Yeah, good approach there from Trent. And again, smart play there from Sam, not giving him an easy floater for the two-pointer there. I think, like, tried to go for a one-handed backhand, almost sailed it a lot wider than he normally would.
Yeah, Trent Bride serving.
That's also
on the
a strategic play.
Ooh, look at that. Hands made of butter right there.
Yeah, makes that look easy. Smooth. Oh, then he follows it with, yeah. That's tough.
For those of you just tuning in, Trent Bride on the far side for Atlanta, Sam Nicholson on the near side. We've seen action from Kevin King, Raul Garcia. All three men have played for Atlanta. And for Team Jacksonville, only Max Benson played a couple points. Reminds me of that last line the Florida Panthers played in at the very end to get that championship. You know, got to get those bench guys in there, right?
The fourth line ain't bench guys.
Well,
they're just not getting as much ice time.
There you go. What?
No, everybody plays in hockey, JY. You're talking to the Canadian here. I know my hockey.
That's true. That's true.
They are subbing on the fly, just like we are here at Intense. So I think that's something that, you know, we're not seeing a lot of subs on the Jacksonville side. But why would you when Sam has the rhythm that he has and he's built this lead that they have? But I think Claudio may be thinking about it.
There you go.
Yeah,
Max
here we go.
Benson comes in. There's that substitution. Sam's done a great job. I think he deserves that rest. Max Benson near side for Jacksonville. Trent. All right. He's fired up. He's fired up. He's done pretty well since he's come in. You can hear the the fans
struggling on that
screaming
overhead.
there. Yeah. I don't know if you
heard
heard
some
it.
distractions, though.
Yeah, did you hear that? Yeah, so fans
Yeah.
here, they are allowed to scream whenever they want, as long as they are not throwing out some insults about somebody being a Florida Gator. You can scream anything you want at any point in time.
Yeah, love that.
Last 37 seconds here, Jesse.
I heard some interesting grunts going on, too, when players were hitting, trying to throw them off.
Yeah, going to that Sabalenka grunt.
Yeah.
Great hands. Fired up Max Benson as he shouts over to his team. Let's go, baby. Ooh, just missed it. Let's see, he's going to rush this last point. Yeah, look at the veteran Claudio just telling him to calm down. Max wanted that. He's like, come on, I haven't been playing, man. Look at that close call from that Trent forehand.
He wanted more.
Yeah, he wanted more, but he's just not going to get it from his coach. You want to have every single point here. Wow, what a bolt, Jesse. We did see Trent come in playing well. We're going to take a look at some highlights there. What'd you think?
Yeah, look, I like the substitution there for sure. I thought Trent did a great job there, but then took out Sam as well, giving another player a chance, and Max Benson. And Max came in and won some good points. Smart play there from both teams, doing a little bit something different there in that bowl.
Yeah, there's that forehand and a couple of the missed hits until things got going there. Great inside in forehand by Sam. Finding that early, just another frame there. So that was one of the things that held him back. And then he found a little bit of a rhythm. Started serving better, serving and balling, which is a little bit risky when it comes to this. But if big serves coming in, he had that overhead that missed it. Come on. But why don't we send it down to Luke Jensen here, who had the Atlanta coach with him.
Coach Keeling, you are making a lot of moves right now. What are you learning about your squad?
Learning that we, in big moments, I'm learning who's stepping up in big moments. I'm learning who may need to sub out, who's fitter, who's not. It's a whole strategic plan that we're trying to do. And, first weekend here, I'm starting to get used to the whole team. And I think Trent did an incredible job getting some points back in there. And we're going to look to get it moving with the girls right now.
But you got a lot of fighters on your team. On paper, you have the advantage going in the women's singles.
That is true. The women's team's super strong. So I hope that we can stay patient. That's key. Use our time with our serves. We learned that, especially playing yesterday. So that's when we look from the girls right now.
Go get them.
Thank you.
Women's bolts coming up next.
That's right. We're going to have those women's bolts very shortly. But first, we're going to take a quick look at this match summary. We saw Jacksonville and Sam Nicholson getting out to a hot start. Double-digit wins in those first two bolts there. Trent Bride did come in at the end, gave him a little bit of push to kind of stop the bleeding, at least steady it out. They're going to have a lot of opportunities to come back. Last night it was a 40-point lead and they came back, and here it's only 21 if my math in my head goes well with that. So we are going to have a nice, entertaining women's singles match that's going to be coming up next when we come back.
My nickname is AB, and sometimes people call me a beast. So that side of me comes out when I'm on the court. I kind of build up an engine and a love for fitness and training. When I was 16, actually, when I was training to go to college, I broke my leg. Yeah, I broke it on the tennis court, tripped and fell. That injury was a big turning point in my sports career because up until that point, I hadn't had any setbacks. Over the 4 months that I was on crutches, I would ride the bike for hours and hours, and the worries and the fears, and I just had to keep pushing on because I knew that I wanted to come to college and it was my goal. It was a real mental challenge. A phrase that I always remind myself of is a Japanese term called kaizen. Kaizen means to continually improve and to get 1% better every single day. And that's something that I really stand by. I had to constantly keep looking for the positive in things that didn't seem very significant. So during that time, I really poured my passion into fitness, and that's something that's a big part of my identity now. I came back after that injury being fitter than before.
loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire, you want fire. And that's what the fans want to see you. That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome back, everybody, to this historic opening weekend of the Intense League, where we have the host team Jacksonville taking on Atlanta. Sam Nicholson once again fired up today, continuing his success from yesterday. We're going to have the women's singles match coming up right now. It looks like we're going to have Annabelle Thomas. Hopefully you all just saw that feature on her. And let's see who we're going to have on the other side for Atlanta. Looks like maybe Salma Ewing has got the racket in hand, or Tanya. We'll see how we get things going, as we're going to take it down to Sebastian Nunez, who is going to give us this lovely coin toss.
Play through the whistle. If you hear it, I'll stop the clock, but other than that, play on. Atlanta to call, heads or tails? It's heads. Serve or receive. Atlanta to serve. Good match.
Here we go, Jesse. Salma Ewing on the far side for Atlanta, starting things off. Annabelle Thomas on the near side. So great to see Annabelle back in this format, playing at this level. She's gone through a lot of injuries to put herself in this position. This sport can be tough, but to see her overcome all of that, and what's amazing is her enthusiasm every day to just support her team, be out here, practice hard. Claudio loves having her on the team. There, for those of you tuning in, we have a one serve, one toss rule. You missed that one serve, you do move on. If somebody does happen to hit a clean winner, it's going to count as 2 points, and you go back and you play a point on that same side. Annabelle Thomas, near side, looking to run around, hit that forehand. Always going to be very interesting in today's modern game with the heavy topspin forehands and kick serves, how someone with a grip like Annabelle is a little bit more on the eastern side, handles those balls that go above her shoulder. And right now, huge forehand from Salma, the USC graduate over there. Actually, I think Texas A&M as well.
Salma's got some big weapons there, JY. You could tell on that forehand side, really comfortable letting it rip and letting it fly, especially trying to get those 2-point winners right now.
Yeah, I imagine it's going to take a couple points, right? We do not have warm-ups here. We just want to see fast-paced action, so it's actually pretty common for the first couple first couple points. You guys see him warm up, see a few more errors. We're going to see in a few minutes that power, it is unleashed. We're sure that's why Hannah put Salma in there to get things started.
I like that strategy, though, from Hannah. You want someone that's going to come out the gates and go for their shots, and if they catch fire, you can really start kind of plugging away at this comeback.
And we see a 77, 57, 58 overall score. Jacksonville on the lead on the near side. 5-5 overall in the women's portion of this match. We have two things going on, Jesse. So, you know, you have the men's match, the women's match, and then the doubles match as well. But each player, so when they win their respective categories, they win some prize money. So that's why we have these different score lines. Total team wins at the end of the day, but the women also have their match to worry about. So double trouble as they're going for it right now. You know, Jesse, we had a user on Twitch put out a great request that I am all for it. They are hoping that if Luke Jensen puts on one of his old bandanas on the broadcast one day, that they said they're going to gift out 20 subs over on our Twitch channel. So I vote for that one.
Yeah, I'm in for that. You can get dual hand Luke to do that for sure. I've played him in many exhibitions before. There he is. Dual hand Luke. He's on the sideline, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know, which hand do you think Luke serves harder with? I've played against him a couple times in some exhibitions in the last 2 years or so. That lefty one's got a lot of spin on it, but the righty one's got the bomb.
Hey, Hammer, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for
Bring
you,
it
Hammer.
on there.
I'm
Bring
telling
it
you.
on.
I checked the film on those matches. I'm a professional, okay? I do the film study. You were foot faulting, and the net cord winners you hit, you didn't say sorry, okay? I need some sportsmanship from my Canadian brother. Come on,
I will
Hammer.
never apologize to you. But yeah, you played excellent. Your hands, yeah. The hands at the net, I mean, they never go away for you, right, Luke? I mean,
I'm not known for my
and
footwork.
he just wants more heat.
Yeah. Bring the
Footwork,
heat.
Mike.
Bring the heat.
Yeah, you love the heat. He loves the heat.
All right, Selma trying to find that firepower. Misfiring, though. 83-60. Annabelle staying nice and steady. We'll see if that's the better play. See, Ava's got the racket in her hand. Tanya's got the racket in her hand. That's a big forehand. If she's going to connect on that. We've seen a lot of firepower, Jesse, from the Atlanta side.
Yeah.
They just haven't connected.
I feel like these are really two contrasting game styles right now that we're seeing here, JY. You see Annabelle, who's just really solid, not going for too much, not making a lot of errors. And then you see Salma on the other side, who's really almost going for broke, especially on that forehand side, just trying to get her team back into this match here. And in this bold especially, she's really trying to go for those 2-pointers. Maybe can take away a little bit of pace, try and wait for the shot and wait for that opportunity to go for it. But again, when you're behind like that, you've got to try and catch up as soon as possible. And you can see her kind of rushing up here to the line, try and get that serve and play immediately.
Yeah, and this is where Salma, is going to have to try to find a way to just stay calm and not overhit, not look at that score line. It might look like a lot because these players are not used to playing with this format, but it can go pretty fast. But these players still, with that internal clock right there, only 14 seconds, it's hard to process a lot. So we'll see now.
That's a great serve there from Salma. Had a lot of action on it.
Yeah, great serve. Salma won her first professional title in South Africa. Mom from there, went back, won a tournament in the homeland. Pretty good place. Imagine if you won your first tournament back in Canada.
Yeah, that'd be pretty special.
Ooh, is that a +2?
Oh, I don't know. Did she touch that? Did I get a piece of the racket or no?
Swing
What's the call?
And a miss. Strike.
Strike one.
That's right. You hit a clean winner. It counts as 2 points, and then you got to go back and play the next point on the same side you just played it. I tell you what, that was out by a lot.
I'm composure here of Annabelle. She's not getting too fired up, just kind of staying calm and collective here and just doing work. Just putting the ball, and again, there's push-ups for me.
And that's the beauty of getting a big lead out by the team that gets things started, right? It allows you to just stay calmer with it. You don't have to think about those +2s. You can just play your game. That's a great kicker by Salma on this nice gritty court. Reminds me of all the kick serves you gave me up to my one-handed backhand.
Yeah, it's my favorite play, the heavy forehand in your backhand, lefty in your one-hand. As beautiful as it was, it's not easy to hit one-handers of others all the time.
Cheat code. See if Annabelle finds that backhand down line a bit more. About 2.5 minutes left in this first of 3 10-minute bolts. 89-66 in the overall score. 16-15 now for Jacksonville in this women's portion. Oh man, Jesse. I don't know
freebies. We don't.
No, this is bigger. This is bigger than that. Somebody, Mustang, come on, man. Saying that JAX is going to pull the choke at choke.
Love that.
That's just wrong.
It wasn't me. Wasn't me. I didn't say it.
No, so 30-30. Let's move on from this. So, yeah, so when the score we'll get to that 30-30 in a second. We got a timeout here. they try to slow things down a little bit.
Once she fires it, like, faster, she like a cross, you know?
Yeah, right, you're doing good. A good toss. And return, just remember, she kick to your back and go a bit back and return in the middle. One angle, yeah, then you do what you want. Footwork, stay intense, stay a lot of energy. This is the right energy. You guys doing great. I keep you in, huh? I keep you in.
Yeah, I feel good.
Okay, for now, I keep you in. Let's go. Let's go.
Out of town, make some noise. Out of town. Any out of towners outside?
Any out of towners out here? You got a few. You got a few. Listen, this is Intense Arena, and what we do, we turn all the way up. So on the count of three, we're gonna make some noise. 1, 2, 3.
Man, we got Miss Basketball down here. She's going to have to change her name to Miss Tennis because she is getting things fired up. Or Miss Intense. We got to put a poll up. Miss Tennis or Miss Intense? We have Annabelle Thomas serving here 18-15. So we got a good question there in the Twitch stream. If you're not on there, you got to follow us there. Click the follow button. We need those subs. But so 18-15 serving on the ad side because in the women's portion of the match, they had the odd number there, so you might have been looking at the overall total score of the match. But when the women start, they have their own scoring that then gets added on to the total score. Annabelle Thomas on the near side for Jacksonville. Salma Ewing still playing it. If she hits that on the fly, gotta be a minus. If it hits the strings, center of the racket.
Yeah, we were talking about this.
Yeah. Frame's one thing. Clean hit, come on.
Or if it's intentionally because you think your opponent's going to get a two-pointer and you hit it into the scoreboard or something like that, you should either lose a point or your opponent should get more points. We can talk to the am I talking to the right person for the rules right now?
Well, you know, with Irina last night, we were talking about putting a suggestion box out there. So we do have a digital one. It's in the chat room. Send it all there. We're taking a look at that. The scoreboards are yellow, signifying less than a minute left to play in this first 10-minute bolt. 30 seconds left.
Well, that's where you see the weapons that Salma has right there. But again, the percentage has been low throughout this bolt. But again, the power that she possesses there on the forehand side is massive. It's almost as big as Luke's forehand, but not quite.
Oh, she went big on that one for that last bolt, trying to sneak it in. I don't know why. She was doing great off that kick serve, man. I don't know if that she was a little tired there, what happened. But that was a very entertaining, close match. Jacksonville still has the big lead, but Jesse, we're going to take a look at some highlights.
Yeah, look, again, you got to give credit to Annabelle here. It just was more solid of the two throughout that bolt, especially off the back end. Salma just had way too many unforced errors. And again, some 3 points on the serve as well. You even saw Annabelle getting comfortable there and finishing some points at the net and some swinging volley winners. So well done there from Annabelle and looked solid.
Absolutely. Great job by Annabelle to just maintain how things were going there. You know, that forehand down the line. She found a couple backhands down the line. Unbelievable. So let's send it down to Luke, who's got Annabelle herself.
Annabelle, great first bolt for the women. What was the strategy going in?
I think yesterday we did a really good job of playing aggressive and also just focusing on 1 point at a time, and that's what we want to do again today.
What did you learn from Atlanta? It seemed like they're trying to be really offensive.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to be offensive with the serve and first ball, but I think once we got them playing, we're doing a really good job, so we're going to keep that up.
Coach Pistol's going to play you again in the next bolt. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Go get them. Next up, women's singles, bolt number 2.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd.
Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire. And that's what the fans want to see you. That's what intense tennis is.
Welcome back. Bolt number 2 of this women's singles match. For those of you that are just tuning in, we are at the Intense Arena, the Electric Owl Studios, and we had the men kick things off first. Sam Nicholson helped give his team a big lead. Women's in their second of 3 10-minute bolts. Maintaining that lead, Tanya Sosnouskaya on the far side. University of Texas player there, did great career there, now playing against Annabelle Thomas, UNF Clemson alumni. I have no ill will towards Clemson, only Gators.
You just have to throw that in there. I know, I get it. I get it. I wouldn't like the Gators too if we beat the Seminoles all the time.
Moving on.
I like Coach Claudio's strategy here. He likes keeping his players in a little bit longer. They're coaches that I've seen throughout the intense matches. I think he likes trying to get them into the groove and feeling comfortable. They'll play their way into the match, even if they're not feeling it at the start.
Had that opportunity right there at the net, as you can see down there on the screen. Our sponsors, Boast Clothing, Turn to Grip, Solinco. It's just been great to see that. Emory Sports Medicine, Sports DeKalb, just so much belief in the vision of what we're trying to do here, Jesse. There's so much that we're trying to help and fix in the sport of tennis. And for weekend number 1, it is a great start, though I don't know about that forehand from Tanya, but you know what? I think she trusts that she's going to find it soon.
I feel like if you're Tanya right now, it's got to be pretty tough knowing that your team is down so much. You kind of maybe over pursue and go for a little bit too much, more than you normally would in a normal tennis match, right? So you feel that sort of pressure to kind of get your team back as quick as possible, and you kind of redline the engine a little bit and start going for too much too soon, and then that causes the unforced errors.
Yeah, Jesse, as we have 7.5 minutes left. Great forehand. Jacksonville fired up. Look at Max Benson there supporting his teammate. If Tanya's going to have that kind of power, I think I need to find a TF40 to put in her hands, huh? She's got a little T-fight action there.
Yeah.
Need a TF40.
We'll give Technifiber a little shout out. What kind of string would you recommend? A little razor code?
Hey, well, you said Technifiber. I just named the bracket there. But now you brought it up. Black Code is great. But Solinco, we got to shout out to Solinco supporting all the players here. Solinco, one of the best strings in the world. That's one of the best forehands in the world by Annabelle right there. Boom! It's been really cool, Jesse, to partner up with a group like Solinco because, you know, the startup right there, moving up, it's been just awesome to have that partner. Luke, how was that forehand?
Absolutely just bone crushed it. The biggest thing I would say Jacksonville has done from the jump is overwhelm the other side with energy. Atlanta still hasn't found their footing, kind of with their combinations, who they're running in there, how they're substituting. But Jacksonville, every single point, win or lose, positive, encouraging their teammate on the court to keep going for more, play smarter. And Coach Pistol is really pushing the right buttons.
Annabelle doing a great job, 33-26 in the women's portion of this match. 106-78, saw a 40-point lead last night, dwindled single digits, still a lot to go. But let's see if Tanya can help things out. That forehand's gonna do it +2. So you hit a clean winner, it counts as 2, and you go back and you serve on the same side. 6 minutes left. They are trading forehands right now. Oh!
I think Luke really, pointed something out, Jay. Why you could tell just the camaraderie of Jacksonville compared to Atlanta right now. The team is really engaged, not just because they're winning. Even when their teammates lose the point, they're really supportive, and you could tell it makes a big difference in this atmosphere in this competition.
Oh, just missed. Bolt 6 right on it. That was close. Tanya wanted it. She needs it right now. She wants every point for Atlanta. She's on the far side. Her bench, her entire bench is standing up. They understand the urgency they need to play with right now. And it gives them a little bit of a break. Let's see if Tanya can roll with it. 5 minutes left. feeling it. She wasn't playing this aggressive yesterday, Jesse.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I like the aggressive play, though, because definitely feeling confident, and you can have a little bit more comfort knowing that your team has a lead like that, so it could free you up a little bit. You don't have to play as tentative like you would at the start of the bowl.
Yeah, and that's where you see the coaching come into play, making adjustments from last night to today. You know, they did struggle in the women's portion. Sion Mendez was doing great for Tampa, but look at the adjustments they're making for today. And Max Benson gives a huge fist pump for his teammate to try to help that. It's what a little different about this format, right? There's no apologies here. You hit an unforced error. Who cares? That's a point for us. Let's take it.
No, I actually like that play there from Annabelle going for the winner on the outright run, because even if she just floats that back in, it gives her opponent a chance at a 2-point play. So I think that's well coached there from Coach Pistol, telling her to go for her shots, especially when she's on the full outright run.
Yeah, there we see a timeout by Claudia for Team Jacksonville. Each team gets 2 60-second timeouts per match. That's the first one in this women's portion. As we see Hannah trying to help her team there.
On your serve there, you make your legs go, then you miss. Take your legs into it. If you can push with your foot, of course.
I think you should check to make sure they're working.
Let's see. So if you have something in your hand, let's see if it works.
I think she served. Remind you out of the circle, the return, and jump inside with the serve. She played better forehand, I think.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, so go on to her back. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
Always ready.
Gotta see it. All right. If you got it in your hand, we're gonna make some noise on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, loving the noise from the fans. Miss Intense, I'm gonna call her Miss Intense moving forward. Christina Wozniak looks like she's gonna be jumping in for Annabelle Thomas, Mississippi State alumni from Ukraine, living in New York. We have a lot of action going on with these horns. Even the referees say, this is too much noise. We can't handle this right now. We got to get things settled. Is that the timeout? Is that the horn? What's going on here? This is what we want. It is intense, pun intended. See those horns in the middle of the point. Oh yeah, the fans getting involved here for the Atlanta team. The fans are liberated at Intense. You can make as much noise as you want, whenever you want. Support your team, be a part of it, and they are trying to help their local team here step things up.
I hit the horn every time she's going to hit the ball.
I love it.
I don't know. I'd get pretty frustrated if that would happen to me. But again, you got to be focused on the task at hand. But
well, that's why you play tennis and not hockey.
Yeah.
Interesting wide service position here. Oh!
Oh, thought the quick serve was coming there.
I like it, though. I haven't seen a player really lock that fast-paced serve down. So you hit a clean winner, it counts as 2 points. And then it is true server's pace. So if the return isn't ready, they can serve whenever they want. But that's a different rhythm, right? You still want to play within a rhythm that you can control. We've seen players that play too fast. It ruins the rhythm, and it actually works against them.
Oh! Sick backhand.
If I had a backhand like that, I'd still be playing. Look at that. We have an overall score now, 111-92. But in the women's portion of this match, Atlanta's now leading 40-38. You see the quick serve, it actually worked out as Team Jacksonville was substituting Annabelle back in. Claudia said, look, you're doing great, but I got to put Annabelle back in there. And Tanya tries to go for the sauce, but didn't put enough salt in there. Had to go. momentum right
Whoever's
there.
doing the horn needs to mix up their timing, because now the player's getting in the rhythm. They know every time they hit it, the horn's going to go off. You got to do it a little bit before, a little bit after.
Ah, you mean the player's getting used to it now, huh?
Yes. Or do it every other shot, because that would throw me off. I feel like if you're expecting it, you know it's coming, and then all of a sudden there's no horn, for one, that could definitely give you some bad rhythm, just like that underhand serve. That was terrible rhythm. I don't know what she was thinking on that one.
These quick serves, Jesse, I think I need to coach one of these teams because that's not working out.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Screen are yellow now, signifying there's less than a minute left in this second of 3 10-minute bolts. Crowd's getting their rally caps on. They're getting behind Atlanta. They're trying to push them forward. 20 seconds left. Tanya breathing a little hard there. Let's see if they're going to keep her in for that third bolt. Looks like we're going to have the last point right here. Oh, she is firing it up. Tanya for Atlanta, bringing her team back into it. All right, they tried to sub Annabelle back in for Jacksonville, but Jesse, Tanya doing so well right there. Coach Hannah high-fiving everybody. We're going to take a look at some of these highlights, but what do you think, Jesse?
I think Tanya did a great job, especially dealing with 2 different opponents in that bowl right there. She had a little bit of a slow start, but then really started feeling her rhythm, and then had winners on both sides. You see that aggressive return. She had some backhand winners as well. Really impressive stuff there.
Yeah, they started trading some forehands early. Then they put Christina in to try to give Annabelle a break. I don't think Christina played bad. I just think it happened to be at the moment that Tanya was playing very well. And speaking of Tanya, looks like she is down with Luke courtside.
She is a warrior. That was fantastic. You got your team back into this. What was the strategy stepping on the court?
Regardless of the score, I'm trying to stick with the same thing. I want to win the next point. I want to put the next ball inside the lines. That's as far as it goes.
But the underhand serve, I like it. A little salsa in there. What's your mindset with that shot?
Just trying to catch them off guard, or if I don't have enough time.
Tell us what's special about Intense.
That's very special. That's you can be out of time.
Out of time, out of breath. You got another bolt.
Yes, sir.
Go get him.
Go get him.
Let's get another bolt going right now.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. And that's what the fans want to see. That's what intense tennis is.
Here we go. Bolt number 3, the final one of this women's singles portion of today. 115.97 for Jacksonville. Annabelle Thomas on the near side, leading her team. Atlanta on the far side has given Tanya Sasutskaya a break. Salma Ewing is now in. They have used one of their substitutions, even though it is unlimited. They can substitute as many times as they want. Welcoming everyone from the Twitch stream. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to click that beautiful little heart down there. Give us that follow, select the bell, get our notifications. And we got a giveaway on there, so I hope you are entering into that giveaway. That big kick, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, look, she's serving extremely well. I think Coach Hannah definitely said something to Salma now to be a little bit more consistent, not go for too much too soon, because you could tell early on in this bolt, she looks pretty dialed in, especially kicking that serve, being more solid right out the gates like this, because the last bolt that she started out, Salma, she was making a lot of unforced errors, way too many mistakes, and now looks a lot more composed, a lot more comfortable out there.
Well, just as you say composed, she was about to serve on the wrong side of the court. I think you're watching the wrong match, buddy. I think you were paying attention to that Twitch stream, so that's right. For everybody watching, we are paying attention to that Twitch stream. Send us your questions, send us your comments, and we will get to you when we can. But we've got a lot of fun action right now. Salma unloading on that forehand right there. As we have seen this lead for Jacksonville get smaller and smaller. It is only 14 points in the overall lead as the women are winning by 7 in the women's portion of the match. So for those of you just joining in for the first time, so we have the cumulative score at the end of the match, but then all the players, when they win their respective categories, they get some extra prize money there. So they're playing for 2 things at once. And great little angle backhand by Annabelle.
Yeah, I feel like Annabelle's doing a really good job of spreading the court around and all around, not letting Salma get set in one place. That's when she's extremely dangerous. When Annabelle can get the ball moving around and Salma not getting her, letting her feet get settled, extremely effective there.
Yeah, look at great footwork, hidden serve, moving back, right, setting up on that open stance and unloading on that inside-out forehand. Great call on that footwork. She just proved you right. That's -1 on your push-up count.
That's the first -1 that we've had.
I know. We're getting better, though. And Max Benson jumping off the bench as Annabelle Thomas gets a +2 right there to go back and serve on that same side. Clean winners, +2. Jesse, so it looks
I don't know about you, JY, but me personally, I would love to see the energy from Atlanta kind of shift a little bit and see the teammates kind of cheer each other on a little bit more, just try and get involved and fire their teammates up. You know, they look like they're trying, but it's not. You can't compare the energy.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's better than yesterday, but still not enough, right? It just feels like they could go a little bit more, but we'll see how they decide to handle it. There's a reason why we are on the sidelines and we're not playing and coaching. Let's see if they prove us wrong.
Well, I'm not coaching yet. I will be next week.
Well, you're coaching some other players at the side, so, you know, you're over there, Director Shell Bay. You've got some players that you work with over there, so commentating, coaching, so yeah, you get some credit.
The team atmosphere is going to be so fun. I love the team atmosphere. I think this is also another thing that makes this Intense League so special.
You know what you're going to love about it, too, is the colors of the challenge team. You know what they are?
Oh, you didn't tell me that one.
Ah, orange and white.
Oh, they're orange, aren't they?
Yes,
I did see orange.
5 minutes left in this final bolt of the women's singles match. And they finally put Tanya back in. Salma just hasn't connected with that power. They had to sub her out. Each team gets an unlimited amount of substitutions. Tanya Sasnouskaya jumping in there, but Annabelle saying, no, 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 doesn't matter who you got.
Annabelle's forehand does not have a lot of spin. It's like that flat kind of almost side spin away when she goes inside out. It's pretty incredible, and it just keeps tailing away from you.
It's that Bautista Agut, you know, like almost underspin forehand.
Exactly. Almost Bernard Tomic-like. You can read the Yonex on the ball when she hits her forehand. There's no revolutions on the ball.
Nope, but it works. Can you imagine? We were talking last night, if we had an Intense League grass court season, that she would be MVP. I know Chip Rally's trying to bring a franchise over there once he gets all those allegations from Monaco cleared with. Yeah, Christina likes that wide position. Let's see if Tanya blasts another forehand winner down line. Oh, come on, go for it.
Yeah, I think she's standing out there on the serve because she's much more comfortable hitting a slice, serve and play around the kicks. So it just gives her that more angle to work with.
Yeah, and she does have a great backhand, right? So maybe just giving that gap over there, making Tanya think she has some space, but that's what Christina wants. And there's that forehand, so maybe she does prefer that backhand, right?
Yeah, I don't like that forehand play there. I thought she was going for too much too soon. Again, your team's got the lead. There's no need to go for a winner.
Let's see how much time Claudio's going to give her. It takes some time to get into a rhythm, right? But when you've had two players with Sam Nicholson and Annabelle Thomas, you know, playing on the near side that are doing well, it's kind of hard to take them out for too long. You know, Christina's going to need a little bit of some time, but Claudio sometimes doesn't give it to him. I don't mean that in a bad way, because after winning last night and putting his team in a position to win today, there's that moment though. Huge fist pump, huge come on.
Yeah, you talk about the backhand there, JY. She definitely let that one rip, and she's right back up to the line to serve.
Serve and volley.
Oh, serve and volley. Oh, I don't know about that play.
A little ambitious.
Oh, is she going a little Johnny Manziel money sign? I love that. I gotta see a replay of that after that winner.
Tanya back in, continuing with her level of play that she had when she dominated the second bolt. 129 for Jacksonville on the near side. Atlanta 113 on the far side. 61-55 for Atlanta in the women's portion. It is cumulative scoring, but each player is trying to win their own respective category. So they're playing for two things to, a little fast pace, and we see Jacqueline Lopez getting her first action of the day.
Yeah, good reaction there too, because that was a quick serve from Atlanta to try and catch her off guard. She did a great job of just coming right off the sideline and getting that forehand in play.
Yeah.
But then
does that.
It's a freebie.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Jacqueline, Rutgers University alumni, went to go train down in Argentina and at the David Ferrer Academy, so she is comfortable playing on these somewhat slower surfaces. Let's see if she's developed some of that grinder mentality as well, but Tanya's not going to give her a chance to run too much. Big forehand right there, minute and a half left. Yeah. The person asking about those allegations against Chip in the Twitch chat room, I've said a little too much already. Minute left. After this, we will have all the doubles matches. Okay, Jacqueline finding her footing. Great forehand return. It's going to be exciting when it gets to the doubles, Jesse, because there's going to be a lot of +2. Speaking of that, Tanya right there. Give him a hook 'em. Come on. And the sub right there. There have been a lot of substitutions on the return side for Jacksonville. And Tanya been able to take advantage of a few of them. It's tough to make substitutions when you're not controlling the server's pace. 20 seconds left. We're starting to see some better energy from the Atlanta team, Jesse.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I want to see that positive energy, especially that's got to lead from the coach, and she can kind of influence her players to see that. She's pretty calm and collective. It's maybe not her style, but you got to get a little bit out of the comfort zone.
Tanya let that serve go, but unfortunately that backhand goes wide there. But still, look at Atlanta closing the gap by 11 points. This is going to come down to the doubles. It is going to be close, Jesse. Let's look at some of these replays.
Yeah, this bolt was pretty interesting because you saw a little bit of more substitutions once again. Annabelle was a lot more solid, especially, I actually like the way Selma played, and she's a big part of the reason why they made a little bit of a comeback here. Atlanta is much more consistent in this bolt compared to the previous, and did a good job of mixing things up, and love seeing that power from Annabelle. You can see she's got all aspects of the game flowing right now.
Yeah, and I'd love to see that passion from Max Benson. We're probably going to see him as he gets some doubles action. And we're going to just send it down to Luke Jensen courtside, as he's got a special guest for us.
Special guest, the comeback kid, University of Southern California Trojan. This team is come back, and because of the women. You were part of that. What was the feeling on the court?
I just tried to go out there and swing and focus on the ball and not think about the environment, the score. And it worked out for us.
What about the noise? You hear horns and whistles, boos, cheers?
No, it's definitely different from what I'm used to, but I enjoyed it, and it's so much fun.
What's going to be the difference now going to these final bolts?
I think just focusing on having fun. I think when we have fun, we play our best tennis, and ultimately, like, we're a good team, and we just need to enjoy ourselves out there.
Fire up Atlanta. Good luck.
Let's go. Thank you.
When we come back, the next bowl's doubles.
That's right. Doubles is going to be coming up next, but first we're going to look at that match summary from the women's portion. Jacksonville increased the lead just a little bit by 3, but then Tanya came in next, and she dominated. Look at that, 25-18, 25-18. She is leading her team back into this match, closing the gap, doing a great job. I'm sure she's going to be fired up when she gets back into this doubles action. But first, we are going to take a short break, and we're going to have a short little feature here on the captain of Jacksonville, Martín Gutiérrez.
I would kick Tom Brady's ass in tennis. I've always loved the grind. The harder it is, the more fun it is, and I'm competitive. My brother actually started playing tennis first. My driving factor was always, I want to be better than him, better than him. He was in this little clinic with older kids, so I would beg my parents to please tell the coach I'm good enough to play. The coach said I was too young for it. So I realized I have to be better. I want to play so bad. So I kept working, and eventually I worked my way in there. I became the best one there. That's kind of where I figured it out.
The loudness and the energy, I just couldn't believe it.
I love the energy of the crowd. Let's go!
I'm gonna keep burying you into the ground as fast as I can and as deep as I can.
I enjoy when things get a little saucy.
Give me a freaking break!
Every match you play feels like it's the finals.
Fire. You want fire. And that's what the fans want to see. That's what intense tennis is.
All right, we are back. Jacksonville with only a 10-point lead getting into this doubles portion of the day. Martín Gutiérrez, the captain of the Jacksonville team, looks like he is going to be starting things as we are going to take it down to Sebastián Núñez as he's going to get ready for the coin toss, calling for the players to come forward. Looks like the party's still going. The horns are going. We got to play.
I'm excited for this doubles, JY. I think you're going to see a lot of two-pointers.
Yeah, with all the movement. Martín was flying around yesterday. He is really tough at the net. Speaking of his toughness, incredible story. You know when he got to Barry University, so he won 4 national championships, and he got onto that team on the bottom of the lineup and then finished at the top. How many times have you seen a player crawl from the bottom to the top? Here we go. We're going to take it down to the coin toss.
All right, just a reminder, all the substitutions during the doubles vaults, if you're returning from that side, the new player coming on must return from the same side as the player that subbed off. Atlanta, heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails is the call. It's heads. Serve or receive. Jacksonville to serve.
All right, Jacksonville is going to serve. Martín Gutiérrez, Barry University National Championship, now captain of the Intense team, serving on the near side alongside Max Benson, the crafty lefty, with another lefty on the far side, Kevin King, the local Atlanta native, Georgia Tech assistant coach. now full-time Intense player, alongside Raul Garcia, former #1 junior out of Bolivia, the #1 KSU player, turned pro here for the Intense League, and he is fired up as he's going to try to get his team back into it. 133-123. That's some good energy with Raul coming forward. Didn't expect that from the South American, huh, Jesse? Serving and volleying.
Yeah, no, we were talking about, don't think he spends too much time at the net, but again, in this double situation, you got to be aggressive, especially with your team behind a little bit. Oh, how about that? A little bit of a miss-hit return there from Benson. He'll be happy with that winner. No apology.
Well, that's why the racket is the most expensive part. Better help you out from time to time. You know, there was a rumor going around that I think Raul was watching a Twitch stream on the sideline, heard my comments. He's like, oh, no, JY, you don't even know me.
He's trying to prove you wrong.
Hey, all us athletes, we got that little chip on our shoulder, right? We just need to be told you can't do it, and that's all the motivation we needed. That's how Luke got his other, he's got 2 serves. Righty, lefty, he just woke up one morning. Brother told him one day, say, man, I bet you can't serve with the other hand, can you? What do you think, Luke?
I want to go underhand serve with both hands. I want to throw them off. But doubles here, you think singles was fast. This is turbocharged. I mean, this is so cool. You have to think quickly with your partners. A lot of setting up. You don't see those huddles like you see in other forms of doubles on the tour in college. You got to get right to it. You don't have time to throw signals out there. Got to get your serve in, and the net player has to be chaotic and try to intercept anything that crosses the net.
Luke, with that 1 serve rule, would you be trying to serve and volley or working and staying back?
Honestly, S&V. I was an S&V guy, wood racket guy, archaic guy, but I was an S&V guy all the time because to me, that's where I can get the 2 pointers. 2 pointers. I want 2 points for every tag too, but that's Jensen rules.
Well, let's see if we can include Jensen rules. Luke, we got that suggestion box, so we're going to throw that one in there now.
Well, the Hebrew Hammer, he likes to hit me all the time in exhibitions. He's an animal.
I do, but he gets it right back at me. But I tell you,
right.
I have one question for Luke. I got a question for Luke. If you're talking about how you don't have that much time to, set a signal or have that game plan and huddle up. Do you think you can have know your partner that well? You could just say a number and you have that kind of set plan, like 1, 2, 3, 4, so you know?
That's really good, but it'd have to be the whole team. Remember with the substitutions and everything. So
correct.
I think it would have to be a team concept, or honestly, if the coach is throwing in signals what they want to do, I'm telling you, there is not a lot of time to do what you want to do. Down the line, cross-court returns, bunt lobs. You only want to throw a lob because that's a 2-pointer for the other side. They hit an overhead winner. I think you're onto something, but this is evolving. I talk to the players all the time. They're trying to, how do I beat the system? How do I quick serve them? How do I get a quick winner?
Was that a quick winner right there? Did he touch that? Great return by Raul, dipping it down low. 141 on the near side for Jacksonville, 129 Atlanta on the far side. For those of you seeing that 10-7 scores, that is the doubles portion of this match. Ooh, trying that sneaky little lob, Jesse. We were watching him try. He likes to play some crafty tennis.
Yeah, definitely some crafty tennis. I saw him in the warm-ups hitting some interesting returns, almost like a squash forehand. But he can put some good power on it as well. What a return there.
Great return right there. Great coaching today so far by Claudio over there. Claudio, tell us, what's up next from your guys here? He's locked in. Claudio, how do you guys, what are you expecting from your team right now in some doubles?
Dangerous. I feel dangerous. I feel everything red now. Everything is red. We want to doubles. There's so many 2 points. Everything is red. There's a siren. Me. Flip-flop. Red alarm.
Red alarm.
We have to say alert.
Well, we see that red alarm. Max is
coffee out there. I'll get you some Lavazza.
Yeah,
you need some more
I'm
Lavazza
sweating.
out on
I'm
the
sweating
court.
more
You've
than
got
the
some good
player.
energy right now.
Yeah, I'm sweating more than the player. Okay.
What can we get, Claudio? We got him a cold towel. He said he's sweating more than the players out there.
Boy, good return here.
Claudio,
good return.
did you warm up before the
We are
match
up.
too?
We are up. We are up.
Claudio's got game, JY. I've seen it still. He's still got a lot of game.
Yeah, we were watching him hit. It is loud in here, Jesse. The fans are understanding the moment. The horns are going. Everybody's going.
Yeah.
Claudio's seeing red. Let's see if Max can see a little green on this serve.
Yeah, great serve. Great serve. Great serve. Go. Slice to his body. Slice to his body.
Okay, now you hear it, but let's see if they listen.
There he goes. Gives him a little. Oh, but they're going to run out of time. They're going to run out of time. Look at that. Oh, he caught it. Quick serve it. Oh, no.
No way. He got away with that.
Yeah, I think Raul thought he was also going to run out of time. Max caught it quickly, and Raul just overplayed it there. Big return by Kevin.
It's a pretty big serve, too, for the one serve.
Yeah, it's a big serve. Players are loosening up. Kevin's loosening up. Wish he would have played like this in the Manfield doubles final. Maybe I'd still be playing if he would have won that match.
I think there's more motivation to play here, JY.
Yeah, well, let's see what kind of motivation Hannah has right now. Your team's trying to hang in this match. Hannah, what do you want to see from your team right now?
I mean, we're letting too many free points away at the moment, you know, especially on our serve and on our returns. Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, she's looking for the timeout, JY.
We get timeout! Timeout!
There it is.
All right, we're going to let Hannah get to this timeout.
Hannah, I like that
Sorry, they were
timeout call. Good
talking
job.
to me. Okay, take your time. Come on.
That is a
Don't rush.
Look
good.
Still anybody's goal to win. Right now the score is JAX 152 and Atlanta 130.
Take our time on our serves. We have more time than we think when we're back there. You know? That's it.
So fans, make sure you're still in it to the very end. You never know what right.
Okay, let's go.
You and Annabelle.
Women, right?
Yeah, first you're Annabelle. Bye. Great serve now. Use your wrist. Big kick.
Wait for the clock to be at 0. Wait for the clock to go all the way down.
All right, here we go. If you got the cheer for Jacksonville, make some
Players.
noise!
15 seconds.
And if you cheer for our home team, Atlanta, make some noise!
Right, big kick. Go, Martin.
Here we got Martin Gutierrez, forehand guy, trying to be serve guy right now on the near side for Jacksonville. Raul Garcia with big forehand, but look at those hands at the net. Kevin King running over there, flicking that winner right there. Huge +2. They needed that to stop the momentum right there. Things are starting to slip away back into Jacksonville's direction. And let's see, Atlanta starts to pick it back up, but Max Benson, crafty lefty, getting his team fired up. Sam Nicholson off the bench saying, not your time next. Sam doubles is my thing. Never mind.
Push up.
Let's take a quick look at our sponsors down there. Great to have the partners we have needed to get this going. Historic opening weekend, and that was almost a historic forehand return by Martin, but he comes back and finishes it off right there. Huge fist pump for them.
Oh my goodness. That was massive. That return came back way faster than the serve. Huge return. Oh, then you follow it up with that. Oh, it's tough. It's hard to watch.
That's just been the difference, right? Atlanta just feels like they're so close to really tying things up. They have some amazing moments, but it's just some of these giveaways right there. And it's fired up team right there. We saw Martin last night in the mixed doubles really take it forward. Big overhead, him and Max Benson gelling extremely well. They've been practicing a lot of doubles over at the JTCC Bulls. Ooh, cheeky. Oh, that one was gonna hit a fan in the back. I think I think he was just trying to protect a fan. That's very kind of him to donate that 1 point, save a life. You know, we do support the Red Cross, so that's very nice of him. Huge backhand, and I'm sure Martin is very happy with that. He tore some ligaments in his wrist. Spent a few months, he couldn't hit a two-handed backhand. Jesse, he just started hitting two-handed backhands last week, and he comes up with that winner right there.
Well, I was going to say he's going to feel pretty good about that one. You saw how much it meant to him. He was pretty pumped up after hitting that backhand return. Must be feeling pretty comfortable.
I don't think Claudio's even seeing red anymore. I think he's just blacking out and just barking out orders. Oh my God! Look at that move! Oh, it reflexed it. Oh my gosh, I'm fearing for Max's life, and he's like, I got this, and that's gonna finish off this bolt. Oh my gosh, the sound off Raul's racket, the Bolivian Dragon. Unfortunately, we got the Slayer on the other side as they dominated that bolt. What a doubles match to get things started there. Jesse, let's take a look at some of these replays.
Yeah, I gotta love watching this doubles, John Eves. It's been so fun, and the reactions at the net, especially on that last one there. You saw some return winners, maybe a little bit of off-pace return winners, and we saw some massive shots as well. Some big two-point plays, and well done there from Jacksonville at the end there especially, but really good shot making from all players.
Gosh, you know, some amazing points. You know, Kevin King was starting to fire it up, but Martin picked it up, and Max with his reflexes. My gosh, and you see the huge fist pump there as we have Claudio Pistolesi. Hopefully he's not seeing red anymore and can see a little straight, Luke.
I'll tell you, man, Coach Pistol's got it working. Your team is on fire now. Men's doubles was rocking.
Bravi, bravissimi, è sempre pericoloso qua. Ogni volta che c'è un punto, il doppio puoi fare 2 punti. Quindi devi stare molto attento, molta attenzione. Tutti i punti devi giocare come un pazzo, come un matto, devi stare lì con 2 occhi aperti così.
I totally understand that. Now, when you talk about women's doubles, what has to happen here for Jacksonville?
Pregare, energia, molta energia. Le ragazze hanno molta energia. Servizio, mettere sempre palle al centro, molte palle dentro.
Translation, pain for Atlanta. Thanks, buddy. Next up, women's doubles bolt. It's going to be awesome.
We are back, though. I think we lost the English-American version of Claudio. We have the Italian one leading this team now. Annabelle Thomas, Christina Wozniak on the near side. Going to see if they can follow up what was an incredible finish right there by the Jacksonville team. Ava Haraster seeing her first action of the day, Auburn University graduate. Tanya Sosnowskaya, who's been the star of the Atlanta team for today. They're going to see if they can get this going. This is going to be a very important bolt. Thank you to all of you joining us on the Twitch stream. We got that giveaway going on. Make sure you enter that. Make sure you click that beautiful heart right there. Give us a follow. Click on the bell so you can hear whenever we're live. We appreciate you joining us today. For those of us in person, we're here at the Intense Arena in Decatur, Georgia. Man, it's been intense today. Yeah, I know, pun intended. We got Jesse Levine joining us. Jesse, what have you been seeing so far today? First time witnessing one of these matches.
No, I've been loving this. I can't wait to be there in person and just feel the energy. I could feel it through the screen right now. To be there in person, I bet it's pretty insane. You can get the loudness and just, I love seeing the team atmosphere, especially Jacksonville. I really feel like their camaraderie is second to none right now, and they're really gelling as a team. So it's been really fun to watch. I think that's something that you could tell Coach Pistol really instills in his players, and they're really getting along really well. A little bit of a comeback there from Atlanta in that last bolt at one point, but again, this doubles has been so fun. This is a lot of action, a lot of two-point plays, a lot of serving and volleying, and really been just an amazing atmosphere to be a part of in this intense league.
This is where it could be a little bit of danger zone, right? So you have one team that now really feels a sense of urgency. It's one thing when you're down like this, you know, much earlier in the match, but now there isn't too much time left. You have one team feeling that sense of urgency, but another one in Jacksonville is feeling that freedom to swing out, and that's when players can play better. So we're going to see if Atlanta can keep them at bay so they can play a little calmer tennis. Still enough time to make this up for sure, but things can get out of hand if they feel the pressure of that clock. Step by step.
Yep.
Great show, right?
That
Did you ever watch
Annabelle
that
forehand,
show?
that flat forehand.
Did you ever watch that step-by-step show? One of my favorite ones after school.
Oh, that was a classic.
Yeah.
That was a classic.
That and Full House, back-to-back. Family Matters, and you have a full day of TV.
Uncle Jesse.
168. Jacksonville on the near side. Annabelle Thomas alongside Christina Wozniak. Far side, Tanya Sosnowskaya, Ava Haraster. Great return right there. Ava, one of the best NCAA doubles players in the country, just graduated now. Great to have her in this league with her skills, but seeing her first action of the day, because Tanya was doing so well in singles. But now we see where Ava really shined. +2 right there. When you hit a winner, it counts as 2. You go back and serve on the same side. Oh, that was close. Good hit. I had to stop it right there really quick. I had to get that ball off the court. Thank you to the intensifier, helping these players play safe, but also play fast at the same time. A lot of action from the players at the net, really trying to sell the fake.
Yeah.
Looks like Annabelle got it.
Yeah, that was good hands there from Annabelle at the net, doing a good job of reading it. She almost faked it too. Almost did a little juke one-way, faked her opponent out, and then stayed home. Great put-away volley. You can see a lot of movement at the net there from Annabelle. Look how active her feet are, just waiting for that ball to come to her.
The activity in those feet, that left-to-side movement, jumping around.
Yeah.
She must have spent some time at those nightclubs at Clemson. It's okay, Coach, we won't tell you. She graduated.
Should we ask her how her dancing skills are?
Yeah, she can share all those stories. She's graduated now. She can't get in trouble for it.
Fair enough. Yeah, she's active at the net, and it's definitely a distraction to your opponent when you're that active. You're not sure if your opponent's going to poach or if they're going to stay home, but she hasn't crossed yet once. She's been staying home, but again, even seeing that in the corner of your eye as someone that's hitting at you, can be difficult. There, they almost lost track of time.
Just a little too much communication right there.
Yeah.
Annabelle graduated from Masters in Psychology in Clemson. She's been studying the mental toughness, and we've been seeing her toughness today, playing those mind games. She learned some good things in those books and in those presentations right there, and she's putting in action right there, trying to lead her team to victory. They're up 173 to 151 at 41 to 21. 41 to 29 score line that the fans are seeing on the screen as well. That is the doubles portion of this match. The teams are always playing for two things. They have their respective categories that they're also trying to win. That's where they get their prize money, you know, men's singles, women's singles, and then the overall doubles. And then they got the overall team format. So that's what all those scores mean right there. That clock run down. I think they let it go. Great move. Ooh. Just caught it a bit
that
late.
was the exact ball that she wanted.
Yeah, almost took Tanya's head out, but Tanya just scooted over and that ball went out. It's tough, you know, with that forehand Eastern grip that Annabelle has. They love to hit that forehand cross. That's why she's on that deuce side. It's just hard to poach.
Yeah, It stays so low going over the net too, so even if you do poach and make a move on it, you're most likely going to pop it up to your opponent.
Looks like we got a great suggestion from 30-30 Tennis about trying out some new formats. We'll file that away in the suggestion box. We do play outside of the box, so we take those suggestions that were inside of the box, and then we take them outside and try to put them into play. Kristina Wozniak on the near side, going to serve here for Jacksonville. 3 minutes left in this women's doubles bolt. Atlanta's going to need a little bit of a run right there. Big backhand there, and Jesse, I don't know if you can hear these big beats in here after this match. It's going to make me want to catch this flight and go down to one of those beach clubs in Miami. The vibe is going here. The party atmosphere is on. We've heard the horns. We've heard the fans. 2 minutes left in this women's doubles portion, and if you didn't hear it, you saw that backhand by Annabelle right there. +2. $179-156 in the overall score, 47-34 in the doubles portion of today. That's a couple poaches right there. Yeah, catching them away.
I feel like she's just getting a little bit too excited. She's like a bull when she sees red. The ball's like coming at her and she gets eyes light up and it's there for her and just goes for a little bit too much or just mistimes it.
Yeah, great serve by Ava. Look, this is a new environment for players. The fans are really close to the court, right on top. This is a loud arena. Fans are making noise, and this pace is intense. And sometimes, you know, your eyes have to catch up, but it just takes time to get used to it. Uh-oh, back away, Tanya. I like that. All right. You know, Annabelle actually framed that. That was not a clean hit.
And that's why she's having a good laugh at it, too.
Last 30 seconds, scoreboards are yellow, letting them know we're almost done. Big forehand by Tanya. Man, Annabelle's hanging it tough over there. Look at that. Good rally. Tanya had to hit a lot of balls there. Let's see if she's going to be able to sneak another point in here. Maybe not the point she wanted to sneak in. And that's going to do it. That is the end of this women's doubles match. Annabelle Thomas shining brightly. Kristina with the great energy. Jesse, we're going to get to some highlights, and let's hear some of your thoughts.
Yeah, I think Annabelle and Kristina did a really good job sticking together throughout that bolt right there. They did a good job mixing it up and a lot of movement at the net. I think you saw Annabelle, definitely MVP of that bolt right there, really active at the net, making a big distraction for her opponents. Missed a couple easy volleys here and there, but at the end of the day, they did a better job of executing that bolt.
Yeah, we saw that moving around by Annabelle. A lot of left and right action, doing a great job there. And we're going to go down court side as we have Luke, who has Kristina and Annabelle as well.
Annabelle, first question. You had a ball right on top of the net. Your opponent, Tanya, was like, don't hit me. You go short angle. Did you use any strings on that shot?
I think it was more frame than strings, but it worked. 2 points.
Darn right, 2 points, Kristina. I love you in this format. Whether you're on the bench, you're playing singles, doubles, you're into it. What makes Intense League so special?
I just love playing for my team. You know, it's not for me, it's for all these guys who work hard for me to win this match, and we work hard for them.
How important is the energy point? I mean, everybody's into it, but your team specifically is just jacked up.
I mean, we said today the energy is the most important thing, so we got to leave it all out there in the mix.
Go win that mixed bolt.
Yes, let's go.
All right, when we come back, mixed bolt action. It's going to be amazing.
Jesse, we are back. We're going to get into our final bolt, not just of this doubles portion, not just of the day, but of the entire Surge weekend. Let's see how Martin Gutierrez serving for Jacksonville on the near side. We got the mixed doubles going on. 10 minutes. The horns are going as Kevin King tries to return that shot, but Kristina Wozniak with the poach +2.
That's how you want to start out a bolt right there. You can see Kristina is feeling it right now. The fist bump, dancing feet.
You know, it's funny, we're really close right here to where Kristina and the players are in the booth, and you can almost see her like holding back a smile. She's having a great time. She's trying to maintain that intensity, but she is just having so much fun out here, and the whole team can feel that energy. But Kevin King is going to try to ruin it right now, but I think he just donated a little bit of a Christmas gift to her. $185, $161. Atlanta better step it up very quickly. There's one right there for him. Let's see if they can build it. There is a chance. We've seen teams win over 40 points in these bolts, so 23-point deficit. They can do this. It's just hard when you see that clock rolling. It's hard to ignore it, and then it's hard when you just give those back. With that one serve, one toss rule, you only get one shot, Jesse. We got to see the sauce, see the underhand.
We haven't seen much sauce today, JY. I feel like, you know, especially Atlanta today, but both teams haven't really missed the serve that much. I felt at the beginning of the match, we saw a lot of them, but now as everyone's kind of getting warmed up and more comfortable, we haven't seen too many. But to start with this bowl, Atlanta's had a couple single faults, as you would say.
Yeah, and there's a great move right there. That's a great job. That's a great effort. That ball bounced and hit the side before Kevin King touched the net.
Yeah.
He must have done gymnastics when he was earlier. That was impressive.
He's having a good laugh there. He almost fell completely over the net and flipped over.
He must have learned those moves over at the Ivy in Buckhead. Haven't seen a lot of
That used to be your
subs.
spot when you lived there, no?
No. I go to bed at 9 o'clock. Come on.
Uh-huh. You eat dinner at 9 o'clock.
In bed. Been interesting, Jesse. We haven't seen a lot of subs and doubles. The teams are rolling with it. They do get unlimited amounts of substitutions, but neither team has been choosing to mix things up. Always interesting to see how coaches are going to manage these strategies in this new format. You know, let's take a look at those dance moves right there from Kevin King. Jeez, wife must be proud of that one.
I got to tell you something. He's so lucky that he didn't flip over that net and land on his back or something like that, because that can happen when you're that close. But again, he's lucky that that ball hit the out of bounds there after it bounced, and right before he touched net, he would have lost the point.
Well, what wasn't luck was that volley winner by Martin for a +2. Now you go back and serve on the same side. Trying to extend this. We got just under 7 minutes left for Atlanta to stage this comeback. 190-167 overall. Jacksonville also winning the doubles portion, extending this lead.
Oh, that's a freebie there. You're gonna want that one back.
Thank you to everyone tuning in on Twitch. Make sure you click that little heart button. Follow us. Sign up for that giveaway. We got some special merchandise for us. Sponsors that have helped us get all this going: Solinco, Bose Sports, DeKalb, Emory Sports Medicine. Couldn't have done this without you all. It's been an incredible day so far, incredible weekend, and that's an incredible serve from Kevin King. 6 minutes left as he tries to help his team come back right now. Big serve, Kevin.
Yeah, King's starting to go for a lot more, especially on the serve.
And we see a timeout by Claudio. Looks like the curtains have cleared. He's able to see a little bit better. Let's see if he can speak some English to his team with this timeout.
Excited, but not too excited. Stay cool. Stay in the zone. Stay in the zone. You're doing a great job. Yeah, you get. Martin, good tosser. Your serve is so important that you get maybe big kick with the body so you don't miss it. It's still very tough for them to do. Do a great job. Yeah, don't get too excited. Go to the next point. To the next point. Let's go.
Jesse, I was wondering if he's going to say, look, you finish this off, we're going to get you some gelato after this.
Some stracciatella. I do like his advice there. I think that the kick in the middle of the box is a really good play, especially for Martin's serve there, because it'll really kick up and really tough for the opponent to control. So I think that was really good coaching strategy there from Claudio.
Not a good serve from Kevin, but he was feeling it.
No.
And that's a good use of the timeouts, right? Kevin was building some momentum with his serve. Cannon was lighting up. Timeout. Serve almost hits the baseline.
Yeah, look, I think the timeout was key there. He kind of iced the kicker a little bit. I think you come back when Kevin King was serving some really big serves there, especially, the last couple points, and it just took him out of his rhythm. So don't know if that was the intention there from Pistolesi, but I think it definitely played a factor on that miss. So it was pretty smart play. Yeah,
one of the cool things about the Intense League format, each team gets 2 timeouts per sub. Ava Harasha serving on the far side for Team Atlanta. Kevin King at the net. Her partner, Jesse, you ever want to use a timeout when you were playing Del Potro at Wimbledon?
Yeah, many times, especially at the beginning. I was deer in the headlights. But definitely wanted to use a timeout to kind of compose myself and get the groove back and try and just get in that rhythm and find a way to slow things down. Wanted to enjoy the moment and figure it out. But again, I love that the timeouts can be a factor here. It can be both a positive and a negative. And that was definitely a positive use from Team Jacksonville.
Yeah, man, Kevin went from a +2 opportunity to a swing and a miss and almost losing his head. And +2 the other way, 4-point swing as we come up with 4 minutes left. That's going to be a heartbreaking miss. What a volley around the net. Oh! Yeah, I think if he makes that, you got to give him the dub. If he makes that, you either give him the dub, a shot of the night bonus, give him 20 grand, I don't know. Oh, man, that was totally worth it.
There's not a lot of room there either.
Martin feeling it, his energy as at the highest. He's going to try to return the serve from Kevin King. Got 3.5 minutes left in this entire match. What a volley right there. Pat Rafter clapping his hands from Australia, saying beautiful.
Yeah, that's good there. Good stick there from Kevin King, especially on the full-out reach. On the forehand side, that's impressive.
Okay, 196, 178 overall, 64-56 in this doubles portion. Big forehand.
Yeah,
that's why they call him the forehand guy.
He held nothing back there.
What a move.
Oh, good move.
Great hands. Another good move with the +2. That's huge. Team Atlanta's off the bench. They're trying to fire it up. We got just under 3 minutes left. Last push here. Ava, I love it.
Yeah.
Calm. Yes, you got the clock, but calm. Beautiful there.
Yeah, I feel like Atlanta's really making a push here at the end, but it might be a little bit too little too late because, I mean, Jacksonville has just been on point throughout this whole entire match. Maybe it built up just a little bit too much of a lead.
That's tough, and now you can't help but feel the urgency from Atlanta, and you try to play a little bit more aggressive.
For sure. I mean, now would be the time if Coach Claudio, for sure, when Jacksonville is serving, is eat up the clock a little bit now. I mean, it's the last bolt. You're up. Now's the time that you really want to do that. When you have your own serve, you could take up and eat up those 14 seconds.
Yep. Now you got to work the clock. Huge
like now,
fist pump.
Now you let the 14 seconds run off, but I think they're too fired up, and too in the moment. They're just enjoying themselves too much. They want to keep playing.
Yeah, and honestly, getting goosebumps right there for Martin. That wrist injury, torn ligaments earlier in the year. There was question marks if he was even going to be available, not just for today, but for last night. And he's played the whole weekend. And for him to hit a two-handed backhand like that in a big moment in the match, I know that means a lot to him and Team Jacksonville. The captain trying to lead his team with Kristina Wozniak on the near side, coming up on the last minute of the night.
Yeah, you had a feeling King was going to go for the big serve. He looked at his coach and said, should I go big? And he got the head nod and went for it there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like going for the Hail Marys when you're running out of time, right? Might as well. 204, 184. Jacksonville will be taking the W today. Clocks are lit up yellow. Last 20 seconds. Claudia must be very happy. Just playing for a lot of pride there, going for the quick serve. Takes the +2, but unfortunately, it's not going to make a difference right there as Jacksonville. What a match. Once again, what a performance in the doubles there. Martine and Kristina with that energy there in the women's doubles all around from start to finish. You know, Sam leads them off. Let's get to this huddle.
So happy, so happy.
All right, he's speaking English, so we got him back. He is very happy right now with his team in that performance. Jesse, let's take a look at some of these highlights.
Look, that was a great team effort, especially on the Jacksonville side. I feel like each one of the individuals definitely performed today, and they came together as one. And really, especially in that mixed doubles and doubles at the end, they looked extremely impressive. They just gelled better as a team. But we saw some really good highlights today, some amazing shot making. What a match today, and Jacksonville just definitely was the better team overall today.
Yeah, you know, I thought there were so many moments today for Atlanta where they're getting close. They have shots like that from Kevin King. This one could have really turned things around. That would have been the shot of the lifetime right there. But Martine just ripping forehands. You see Claudio right there ordering his pizza, being so happy. Let's take it down to another happy person right there with Luke.
Well, I'm here with the emotional leader. Is so good. No, talk about the mixed doubles. You just got out to such a quick start, and you never let him breathe.
Yeah, I love playing aggressively, and especially 2 points payout. How can you not? Like, I have to go for it.
The thing is, you don't even have time to high-five your teammate.
Absolutely.
So you got to manage that. Talk about the pace in which Jacksonville plays.
Yes, we love to play fast. We love to play energetic. That's what our coach talks about, and I love it that I got matched up with this coach because it's a perfect match.
You guys are 2-0 on the season, undefeated. What does that mean to you?
It means the world to start on this team and to start intense. You know, our season like this, it's so badass. I'm so proud of myself and of my team.
What are you learning about the Intense League?
That it's the funnest way to play tennis.
Yes!
Awesome.
That's great. Congratulations. Go celebrate. JY, we got something cool, Burn, baby. It's rock and roll tennis. It's intense.
Man, what a day, Luke. What a surge weekend of just an intensity and energy that's been incredible. Jacksonville getting things started off by Sam Nicholson. Jesse, Sam's performance, incredible today.
Yeah, look, Sam was dominant just like he was last night. I think he's definitely been the MVP, especially in the men's singles, and you could tell because Coach Claudio really never took him out, right? Once he got rolling, he had him going and didn't really take him out, maybe 1-2 times for a rest, but he looked extremely impressive out there throughout each one of those bolts. It was really impressive to see. He was super solid. A little bit of a nervy start, but then once he got going, there was no stopping him.
Yeah, they didn't stop him. Atlanta tried to come in and lead the way on the women's side of things. Tanya did put on a great performance. What did you think about her performance, Jesse?
I was really impressed with Tanya, especially knowing that your team was down and trying to get back into the match somehow. I think she did a really great job, especially being aggressive. We saw a lot of +2 shots. We saw some winners, even on that backhand side, that you had even commented that if you had a backhand like that, you'd still be playing on tour. So it was really impressive there from Tanya to try and wheel Atlanta back into that match somehow and doing a really great job of dominating the women's singles.
But the doubles, the absolute stamp. Once again, Jacksonville comes in. Look at that men's doubles right there.
Yeah, look, I mean, the men's doubles 30-17. That's a dominant performance there from Jacksonville. They look really good, and again, a lot of meshing there from that team. You could just tell the camaraderie, and they feel like they're a close-knit team from Jacksonville. But again, they were really dominant throughout today. And women's singles, maybe not so much, but again, in the doubles, really did a great job. They utilized the substitutions. They looked good together when they were moving up and at the net as well, and then getting a lot of +2 points in that men's doubles. That was key.
Well, and that's the beauty of all of this, Jesse. When you add all this up, it is a true team format. Every point counts, and if somebody's a little bit off one day, that's okay. The rest of the team can pick you up, or in a different category, right? Women's singles didn't do as well in Jacksonville, but then the men's helped them, and then they came back strong in the doubles. So it's not just about one thing to be good at. It's everything, the team environment, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's a team competition, and that's what brings it, and what makes it also so special is you can't just dominate in one aspect of this. Just because you can dominate in the men's singles and you could be up by 20, 30 points, it means nothing. I mean, if you would have asked me what the total score was without keeping track, it may have been a lot more separated than what the actual score was. That was a lot closer than maybe we all felt that it was. So it was really fun to watch. I feel like Jacksonville as a team just kind of meshed a little bit better throughout the whole entire Bolts. But again, really well done from Coach Claudio. Did a really smart job of telling his players when and when to kind of slow down a little bit, go for the big targets, and then when to be aggressive. He really did a great job today of leading his team.
Well, Jesse, this was so much fun to have you alongside today. We're going to see you here next week as a guest coach, but also in the booth with me. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're going to be back live on Twitch, same times, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Not 7 p.m. on Sunday night, just Sunday at 2 p.m. A big thank you to our sponsors that have helped us get this first surge going. Alta Tennis, Turna, Lubu, Boast, Solinko, Emery, Delicious, Yonex going through all of hardcore tennis. This has been fantastic. Thank you, everybody. Click the follow button on Twitch so you can catch us next weekend.
Tennis is alive. Don't believe the headlines, because the inaugural season of Intense is here, and it's loud, fast, and electric as
Let's go!
Intense is pro tennis sped up for a new generation of fans with attention spans that aren't exactly what they used to be.
Let's go!
A 14-second serve clock. No waiting for your opponent to be ready. Serve till you lose a point. And scoring features normal counting. No love, no deuce, just real numbers. Intense means more pace and more action, making matches absolutely relentless. In only 90 minutes, that's all.
Stick together, guys. Stick together. All right, focus, focus.
We've got teams from Tampa, Jacksonville, and Atlanta, all with 6 players on their roster, 3 men and 3 women, because matches include men's and women's 1v1 in doubles, and we have mixed doubles. Points accumulate across each, so everyone contributes. And to house all of this energy, enter the Intense Arena in Atlanta. With music and lights, quiet isn't really a thing here. You want to stand up and cheer? Bring it whenever you want, however loud you want. Because if players and coaches are going to get into it,
there's no way we're going to lose. Give me a freaking break.
Why shouldn't fans? That's intense.